Is this thing on?
Bunnie, who used to be a former sex worker and now hosts the podcast Dumb Blonde.
Most little girls grow up wanting to be doctors and lawyers, and I was like, I want to be super hot, make a lot of money, and be a rock star's wife. That was my goal as a child, and here we are.
What's up, you sex workers? Welcome to another episode of Dumb Blonde. I'm sure you probably heard me and Mod's son talking about how he's the hot uncle. What's up, baby? How are you?
I will so take that role. I like that role better than the hot older guy.
Well, because we were talking about how Jay and I are like mom and dad to everybody, and Mod was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I'm totally that too," and I'm like, "No, you're like the hot uncle. Like you're not dad yet. You're like hot uncle, right? Am I wrong here?
I like that. Am I wrong? People in the room?
Are we wrong? Are we wrong here?
Okay, cool. We're on the same page.
I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you.
This has been a long time coming.
Yeah, it has.
I slid in your DMs like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And thankfully you didn't reply because
I know. This is the time it was supposed to happen.
I swear to God, it really is the time.
But I really saw the DM like 3 weeks ago and immediately was like, all right, I missed this one. If you ever want to do it again, I'd love to.
No, and I'm just so happy to have
and
you
I
here.
listen. Why I did is because I listened to your podcast just outside of it.
That really makes me happy. It makes me so happy when I have men tell me they listen to the podcast because that means a lot to me because I have such a huge female following.
Yeah.
So when I get the men that are like, yeah, I listen to your podcast, I'm like, dude, can I hug you? Because it's like sweet.
Your conversations are just like natural conversations. Yeah. Do you have mostly female guests? Is it?
No, I mean, I do have a ton of female guests, but I love, having men on too. So it's like, it's a variety, but definitely probably more female dominated. But I think it's because of my platform and just who I am. I just have a more female fan base. Even when I was doing,
you're like the super power female that's like says be like confident in yourself no matter what.
I appreciate it.
And like fights back against people that talk. I love that.
It's exhausting sometimes. I even told them, I was like,
it's such a good message to send though. Not being like, I'm going to talk back to you, but just being like, yo, this whole thinking that you can't have your word against someone that's talking because you're a notable person. And if I say the wrong thing, this and that, like that's like a whole wall that needs to be broken down right now.
I really needed to hear this.
Don't you think so though?
I swear to God, that's why I'm fighting the good fight.
So many people, like I'm in a good place right now. I feel like I have my light back around me, right?
You look so happy.
Thank you. I am happy. I feel this is the most secure I've felt like in my skin as well in years and years and years.
No.
But there was a time where it wasn't like that. But then there was also this time where like, I don't know when it happened, but for some reason I got in my head like, oh, like, do I have to like worry about saying the wrong thing or being a certain person or all that stuff? Like,
yeah.
And that's why when you have this like message of like, I will say my opinion back to you regardless of who I am or how many people follow me.
No.
That's like, these are messages for the youth that they need to like understand that,
For sure, 100%. And sometimes I get caught up in am I doing the right thing or should I not say this? But I feel like I don't like to call myself a celebrity, you're a celebrity, but as people in the public eye, it's like, we're told that we're not allowed to talk back to people. It's like, no, don't say this or don't say, and it's like, why? Why are people allowed to bully? And that's why this problem has gotten so bad online. Mm-hmm. That's why bullying, it was because they always tell you if somebody abuses you, don't stay silent. But yet the first thing they tell you whenever somebody abuses you online is stay silent. Yeah. Like what are we talking about here? This is like mixed messages.
I mean, my favorite times of being myself is when those thoughts never entered my head. The second they did, I felt like I was so fake. Aww. I felt so fake and not me. And
do you feel like you've been silenced because of your celebrity?
Well, yeah. I mean,
to a certain extent.
Yeah, 100%. Or just thoughts of being like, don't put yourself. So like I've gone through things where I have put myself in the position to kind of speak my half of things, especially with past relationships, right? That bleed into the public eye. I have had a relationship where I was like, no, this and saying my word back. And then it being like something that follows you forever and becomes a narrative. And then I've had situations in the last couple of years where it was like I didn't even stand up for myself. And like those things are just like, okay, understand. Yeah. Like my sister's my PR person. So she's like PR crisising, you know.
Is she a pit bull?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She's my older sister she fights for me.
Oh,
For real.
I love that.
Yeah. But anytime that I found any one of my great moments that people will come up and tell me affected them in a great way are always me having no thought of that. No thought of that. And I'm not saying like go make yourself look bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not saying say some wild shit at 2:30 a.m. that you wouldn't say the next morning.
I mean, I've done that a few times. I am guilty. I almost did it last night.
You're awesome for what you do, okay? And like, as myself, I have felt inauthentic before. And those moments like really kind of, I let myself down, you know? And like where I'm at this point in my life, I'm like, okay, I remember who I am.
Yeah.
Like I remember who I am. I am 37 years old. Just age in music, right? We love Jelly because he really puts it on the line.
Daddy
right?
roll.
He gives us daddy roll.
Yeah.
Daddy roll, baby. He like gives this whole real talk about what it is. It's like, be so proud of your story. Do not try to hide it. Do not try to keep up with the other people and this and that. Like wear it and be it and love it and be proud of it. And like, that's what creates the light around you. You know, I've felt my shit dim. I felt it dim. And in the last year, I had to just like reorganize my life, get back to just being in love with myself.
How did you do that? What were like some steps? Because I know you went through a really tough breakup, and we can talk about that. We can touch on it now or later on, whenever you're comfortable with it. But I remember seeing a video of you on stage after that breakup, and it broke my heart for you. Yeah. Because I could tell you were holding in so much, and I think right in that moment, I just felt so much love for you. Yeah. Because I was like, damn. I was like, this man is literally wearing his heart on his sleeve in front of hundreds and thousands of people each night. Like, this is tough, dude. So how did you go from being on that stage to finding yourself
that
again?
Was definitely like an authentic moment. Again, I'm glad that you say that, because that was a moment of like true authenticity. You know, like we went through this breakup while I'm on tour, bled out in front of the world, going on stage every night. It's like my biggest song is with her, and it's my song.
I know.
So I had to really be like, okay, like, yeah, this is the hardest thing, but it's my song. Like, I'm not gonna deny myself of that, you know? Yeah. And so I'm gonna keep playing it. Yeah, it's hard as hell to play and hear that voice every night, but I'm gonna keep playing because that's my song. Yeah. And so, I mean, that kind of started this whole spiral of being like, from there, it was very, you know, I would have to like do a meet and greet every day and kind of like fake a smile, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's fine, you know? Not like just completely just being in shambles in front of people, like still being like, all right, I'm a warrior, you know? Yeah. But so like I went on that tour and came home and had to like reorganize my life completely, and just like environment, so important. Like I love to say this about people because I clearly look different than I did a year ago. You know what I'm saying?
I love the dark hair, by the way.
I do too.
I love it.
I love it.
Yeah.
And like just you saying that, like, again, we've been told certain rules that are so backwards. We're told like materialism is wrong, right? Okay? I'm talking like, if you really in your heart believe that like a great outfit won't make you feel better about yourself, you're tripping.
No, it does.
You're tripping.
Yeah.
But we're told like, no, don't. Or you're told like,
be humble.
Your appearance, your appearance. Like, I changed my appearance. I go out and people be like, dude, you look better than you've ever looked. That makes me feel great. Yeah. That helps me feel secure. Right? It's like these things that are just these little building blocks that like you've kind of been told are not the way, right? Like a simple thing. You have to break down what it is to you. But for me, I've just figured out recently, like, what is happiness? Duh, the most cliche thing ever. What is happiness? Yeah. I figured out what it is to me. It's something to look forward to. That's it.
A goal.
All this like, be present, be in the moment. All that is like, get it, love it. Thank you, Deepak Chopra isms. I love it. Give
I
it
get
to
bored. Like, I need to know what the next hurdle is.
I want to wake up and have something to look forward to.
Yeah.
That makes me happy. It doesn't need to be some like career-driven goal. It doesn't need to be anything ridiculous. It can be something so simple as like, I wake up and like, I love the first picture that I have hanging on my wall in my room. And that like makes me want to get up. It can be also something giant. I have something to look forward to. Let me create something to look forward to. Whatever it is, you know? And it's like, once I realized that, 37 years old into my life, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was just like, boom. That's what it is to me, you know? And just realizing that there's these little things that are okay with utilizing in your life, like changing your appearance, changing your environment, building things to look forward to, obviously keeping great people around you that give you the hard talks.
Yeah.
The hardest talks are the ones that make your life easy.
The uncomfortable ones, but those are, you have to be comfortable having uncomfortable conversations. That's what me and my husband always say.
I love that.
You really do, because I mean, life's not always cherries and unicorns. Sometimes it's holes and cigarette butts, you know? Like, life's not always a bundle of joy. So you have to be comfortable being able to be like, hey, you know, kind of looking within and having uncomfortable conversations with yourself. Like, what do I need to change to make myself happy? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I really like dove into that in the last year and like focused on that and that only, and finding things that were like missing in my life.
Yeah.
You know, really applying those, you know, like as a musician,
Doing the work.
100%.
Yeah, I think that's a huge thing, because it sounds to me like you're doing the work. A lot of people are like looking for happiness, but they don't want to go find it.
Yeah.
They want it to come to them. And
Yeah.
it's like, no, you got to get the up and go find it. Go chase that shit.
And push yourself. And it can be something so simple. Like when people hear these talks, like a lot of the time their human condition is to like jump to something like gigantic.
Right.
Or like build a goal that's like a year from now goal.
Unattainable, right?
You know?
Or not unattainable, but at that moment.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, 100%. It's like, dude, build a goal for yourself for the next 6 hours.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't
Eat
have
healthy
to
for a
be
day.
this. Yes.
You know, like
yes.
it can be so
Yes.
tiny.
Discipline.
Listen to a record you haven't heard.
Discipline
Yeah, exactly. Or
is
listen.
so good.
Yeah, I need discipline.
I am in, what is it, the 6th today? The 7th? So 3,
Today's
4.
Cinco de Mayo, isn't it? Or
No, that was yesterday.
that was
So
yesterday.
it's 6.
Damn, we missed
so
it.
So 5 days from now, I'll hit 5 years sober, right?
Yay!
And why? I know it's really. I'm really like, yeah.
That's
amazing.
amazing. Let's definitely dive into your sobriety. I would love to.
I would love to, and like just piggybacking off that though, like, what's so great is like another tip or advice or stance on life is like drug addicts, whether you're a recovered drug addict or currently in a battle, just know you have the greatest discipline in the world. To wake up and get fucked up every day takes discipline. To go meet the plug in a random parking lot at 2 a.m., that is discipline.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, holy shit.
And to feel like every day afterwards, like, you know, and have to have that fix. Yes.
Yo, if you can do those things, you can get a 6-pack in 6 months.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying?
yes.
You can do all these things. You can get that job that you wanted. You can go through
Nothing can stop you.
No. I have drug addict discipline, you
Yeah.
know? And like, I hold that anytime I like talk to like addicts and shit, I'm just always like, yo, just know you could become president.
Yeah.
Like, you could take over the world with your discipline.
If they just channel that energy into something that's constructive.
It's so powerful.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's so crazy way of looking at it, but it's facts.
It's so true.
Literally,
like,
it's facts.
I look at like people that are just like so down and out. I'm like, yo, just know you could take over the fucking world.
I love you. You are the type of motivational speaker that a needs though, because they'll listen to you because you have such a cool way of saying it. So people are kind of like truth bombs or like going off in their head and they're like, holy shit, that makes total sense.
100%. If you can also just get away from the whole like positive speaking Google search sentences.
Oh.
And be like,
The
all
12
right, let's
steps.
remove all those weighted words and just like say the thing you're trying to say. Like
Yeah.
Charles Bukowski is my favorite writer of all time. He would always be like, you have no guts if you're turning a sentence into a paragraph. Like,
Wow.
stop with all that. The wind blew through the windowsill at night while I was the twilight was glowing through the sheets of my room. It's like,
Yeah.
bro, you found happiness looking out the window while the moon was out. Like,
That
you know
is
what I'm
so
saying?
real.
It's like,
I
which
just got
sentence do you want to
goosebumps.
read? You know?
That's so real though, because what did you just say? Say that again for me so that I can remember it.
I don't even.
The paragraph.
Oh.
You just turned a sentence.
Never. You have no guts if you're turning a sentence into a paragraph.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's gonna be my new motto.
Yeah,
I need to
it's
stop.
real. You do that.
I do.
You are like straight to the point.
Oh
That's
no,
what-
I
that's
tell
what I'm saying.
paragraphs. No, I tell
You
paragraphs.
think I'm looking at you going, you do. You're a paragraph person.
No, I am. I feel like I
I'm not
am.
saying talking a lot. I'm saying you say it how it is. That's essentially
No.
what it is like being like, stop trying to fill this whole thing with all these isms and all these blown out ideas. It's like you say it how it is. Trust
I
me.
love you. I needed you here today,
I am a
Maud.
viewer. I am like objectively, is it objectively from the outside or subjectively? I don't know. Here I am
Subjectively,
again.
possibly?
Didn't go to.
I'm not sure. Listen, I didn't graduate ninth grade.
We'll go with objectively, and if we're wrong, it's all good.
It's all right.
I am from the outside looking in. I watch you, and I do have a good opinion of that. Like you say it how it is.
I appreciate you so much. Speaking of some crazy I discovered whenever, we're gonna take it all the way back.
Let's go.
You're like you're a farm boy from Minnesota. Let's talk about this
Yeah.
because you have like a really crazy childhood story.
I do. I really love my
It's
story.
actually really cool. Yeah,
lived
yeah,
many
yeah.
lives, like, and I totally just like, I love it so much. I've never been the one to be like, does that I'm in LA? Should I tell people like I'm LA or this and that? It's like I'm Minnesota, like Midwest Minnesota. I grew up on a farm with no animals. My parents were absolute. They were the animals.
So
Okay?
so I heard that your mom was a cheerleader and your dad was a biker.
Yeah.
Like your mom
Yeah.
was a cheerleader in high school.
Yes.
And then
Yes. He
married,
literally
married the
rode
bad
up-
boy.
Oh, 100%, 100%, for good and bad. I got a lot of my dad's good qualities and all of my mom's good qualities. So I kind of won with that.
Yeah.
No, my mom was like cheerleader, straight A student. My dad was like kicked out of Catholic school and had to go to this other school and like beat up my mom's boyfriend at the time and like threw her on the back of his bike.
It was
And,
like, you're mine.
Yeah.
That's my kind of guy.
No, literally
That's hot.
100%. Yeah.
A lot of girls at home are like, that's hot.
And he was,
right now.
I'm telling you, I know. And when I say like threw her on the back of my bike, like take it however you want it. Like that is, my dad is like, he was the real deal. He was one of one. There's this quote from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas that's too weird to live, too rare to die. That was my dad. He couldn't get his together, but he was so rare that like we had to have him here.
Yeah.
You know? And so we grew up on like a giant, like, what would you say, like 5 acres? Sorry, I'm talking off camera to my sister.
You're good.
She's here.
We love that.
It's like
We
5
encourage it.
acres in the middle of Minnesota. Like I go back to this town, it still hasn't changed a bit. It's so small. And I actually had this great conversation with someone last night that also like grew up in the middle of nowhere, but it's like from age 0 to 6, no neighbors, no friends, only my sister, older sister. It takes a long time for your older sister to
like you.
yeah, like
Yeah.
we were.
Trust me, I'm an older sister. I get it.
And we'll get to this too. But my sister was like my mom, the cheerleader, straight A student.
This one right here?
Yes,
Ah,
yes,
I love
yes.
that.
So we were total opposites in so many ways. But 0 to 6, grew up on a farm, no friends, total just imagination.
What was life like with your parents? Were they pretty stable or were they just...
No.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Take me on that
I mean,
journey.
my mom was the definition like of an angel, like just trying to, caring about, kind of zooming out and looking forward and being like, my kids shouldn't see or hear or know about things that are going on, you know?
Yeah.
But my dad literally would have his girlfriends calling the house, being like, and my sister would answer the phone and be like, like my sister's like 9, like, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the first time I heard curse words, was my sister like.
I love that sister was rowdy
curse.
enough at 9 though to stick up for mom.
Hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. And like, I mean, also my sister was like the bartender. My sister was like making them gin and tonics and old fashions at 9 years old.
My goodness.
Yeah. I was literally, my favorite picture of when I was a kid was me like drinking a Pabst at like 4 years old. Like,
First of all, iconic.
Yeah,
Secondly,
literally,
that's crazy.
Like Vans slip-ons. My dad's like posted up. I'm like drinking a Pabst. Like literally.
Oh my goodness. So you guys grew up rock and roll.
100%.
That's how I
like,
grew up too.
And we grew up like 10 minutes from Bob Dylan's farm in Minnesota, who's my favorite artist of all time. Minnesota white, yeah. And so it was all rock and roll. It was all like, you listen to the Allman Brothers. You're either a Dylan guy or a Beatles guy. We are Dylan people. Like, and the band, and it was music all the time.
I love that.
And motorcycles, like my mom and dad rode motorcycles. Like my first scar that I still have on my leg is falling off my dad's bike when I was 4 years old and burning my leg on a 1,000-degree exhaust pipe.
Oh my goodness,
you know?
yeah.
It was wild. It was wild. For Minnesota, like I know when people have this picture of Minnesota in their head, they're not thinking like this is what it was like growing up there for me, you know? And but what stuck with me the most through those, I don't even know if you call 1 through 6 formative years, but they were so much for me.
Formative.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you. Because it made me who I am.
Yeah.
I am permanently in my own world, in my own imagination, because I had all this space and no friends and no neighbors and no nothing. So I was in my head all day running around this field pretending I was whatever, superhero or a spy or any of those things. And I've never left that world, ever once. I think that's stayed there.
I think that's part of your childlike charisma. You know, like you have this like just sweet wonder about you. And I even told Jay that. I was like, he's just so sweet, you know? And now I understand where you get it from.
From there, thank you.
You're welcome.
It's horrible. Everyone, you raise your threshold for compliments to not immediately throw someone back at other people.
Yes, I won't let you do that.
Just say thank you. I tell this to all people. I'm like, raise your threshold, dude. Like, I gave you a compliment. Don't just give me one back. Just be like, damn, thanks. Like,
Maud is dropping gems, guys. I hope you're listening. I needed you today because I had a horrible day yesterday, and today this is just
well, let's
everything.
get into that too at some point.
We're not here to talk about me.
Because we're gonna flip this and be like, welcome to dumb brown hair. We're going in.
No, we're not doing it. So I wanted to circle back on the Bob Dylan thing that you had said, and I wanted to tell you something that you might actually enjoy. My husband is a huge Bob Dylan fan. Loves Bob Dylan. His son, Noah, was actually born to Like a Rolling Stone. And I know that's your favorite Bob Dylan song. So when I heard that, I was like, oh my God, this is like kindred souls. It's crazy.
I so can tell the Jelly Roll fan and Bob. Like, I can so see it.
Oh, he just went and saw him at, where were we? In Austin? What's it called? The whole big festival they have out there? Austin City Limits or something like that? Yeah. He went and saw Bob Dylan. I was like, did you record it? And he was like, no.
It's like, like, again, it's like I tell every artist, there's so many artists that are so lost right now, especially the younger ones, that have had a different upbringing in a different kind of world of being an artist. You know, I grew up as an artist pre-internet, pre-having a studio in your house.
Where you had to actually work.
Pre-laptop and Pro Tools. Like, this was like the growing up with instruments set up in your garage, and every day after school you came and jammed with your friends, and if your friend didn't show up, you couldn't jam. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I grew up in that world. I grew up in the back of vans, playing shows for free, sleeping on people's floors, all that. The world that it's in now is shifted in a lot of different ways, and a lot of artists get really lost because they'll have these giant peaks and valleys. My whole thing was like just a giant, like, slow lift, right?
Slow and steady wins the race, though.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's so many, for young artists, peaks and valleys. And it gets hard, and I'm like, yo, study. I don't care if you hate Bob Dylan's voice. I don't give a fuck. Just study his career. Like, this is a man that was slated as the voice of a generation, him and an acoustic guitar and a harmonica. The second that he was at his peak of this voice of a generation, he grabbed an electric guitar, showed up to Newport Jazz Festival, the first electric performance ever at Newport Jazz Festival, got booed off stage. For a year after that, played Like a Rolling Stone to his concerts and got booed by his biggest fans and never stopped playing the song. And it is now regarded as like the top greatest song ever written. And like, that is like believing in what you're doing and not putting the control in the hands of the audience of telling you that it's great or telling that it's successful.
Yeah.
And then as soon as they loved him being electric, he went and made a country album. They hated it. As soon as they loved that, he went and made a blues record. They hate it. As soon as they love that, gospel record. As soon as they love that, it's like, dude just was like, never are you in control of my success and who I am, and I follow my instincts and follow my guts. Also a guy who disappeared for 10 years and came back and dropped what I think is his greatest record of all time, Blood on the Tracks. Like, it's just the greatest mentality for an artist to be in, to not think that, like,
Not be put in a box.
oh, they're going to forget me. Oh, they're going to forget about me. If I don't post today, they're going to forget about me. If I don't drop a song right now, they're going to forget about it. It's like, man, just like create art as if you're already dead and gone, and it'll be the best art of your life.
That's amazing. I love that you tell young artists to go and study Bob Dylan. My husband did that on his Goodnight Nashville album. We watched every Bob Dylan documentary that you could fucking find, and he just consumed Bob Dylan for like months. It was wild, and it was the best thing he ever did. Now look what he's doing. You can't put him in a box.
We love you so much.
No, like
we
not
do
over
love
here.
you so much.
But I'm just saying
we
what you're saying is real though. Like you tell people to go and study him, and that he's one of your favorite artists, and like my husband too. And look what he's doing.
And it's regardless of the music. It's like
Yeah.
study the path that he took
Right.
as an artist. You know,
Yeah.
it's like I learned a quote because I've been chasing art, and I'm talking like the facets of art, like painters. I've been studying painters. I study the lives of people, I've been studying painters since I was a very young kid. And when I heard the quote at like 13 years old, that was like, a great artist reinvents themselves every 10 years, right? And like, that's their periods, as a painter, you have like periods, like, you have the blue period or the abstract period, and like all these people like lived by that. And I put that into like my life as a musician. It was like the first 10 years of my career as a musician, I was a drummer, and then my bands were doing good. Like my dreams were coming true, and I felt something that I had to do and completely abandoned all comfort and went back to ground zero and was like, I am Mod Sun now. I am going movement on dreams, stand under none. I'm starting this new thing. And I did 10 years as a rapper, calling what I did hippie hop and making positive rap music. That like, this was before Kendrick Lamar did like I Love Myself. Like, yeah, we had De La Soul and we had like more like positive kind of hip hop. But like in that term, it was like, I'm going to make hip hop based around The Secret and the law of attraction.
Right.
Which was like, it was goofy,
Yeah.
It was an idea that people were like, no. And I was like, I'm pushing through this. I did 10 years of that. Then I did like a 10-year stint of being like back into my more like alt and, really high register belting. And then I'm in this like 10-year phase right now that's like so raw. And it's finally out. Like I was about to take 3 years off of music. I went back to Minnesota in August of this last year. And I was like, I'm just going to paint and write scripts and direct for the next like 4 years because I don't really think I have the desire to try to outdo myself. You
Right.
know? This was when I was very like lost. This was like part of the being lost period that I just had.
Where you had to rediscover yourself.
Yeah. And I went back to Minnesota and
Isn't
I
that
was like,
crazy that you went back home
yes,
to
yes,
do
yes,
that?
yes,
to like
yes,
get your
yes,
roots?
Yes.
Is mom still there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we're going to circle back after with what happened
I
at
tried
6.
to warn you. I
No,
tried
you're
to warn
good.
you.
I love hearing. I could listen to you talk for hours.
I
but
tried to warn you that I am just the
No.
rambling man. Lord, I was born a rambling
No,
man.
I love it.
Yeah.
But I think that's amazing that through everything that you have accomplished, when you're going through hard times, the first thing you want to do is go back to that space where you were able to just be away from everybody and isolated and just alone with your thoughts to just figure it out.
I came back home from Minnesota, and like the first song I wrote, like the end of the song is like, you're searching for a high, but you can't fly till you fall. Ain't it funny how you find yourself once you lose it all? Home is waiting when there's nowhere left to go. You'll find love there, I hope you know. And it's like the last
I got
little
goosebumps.
part of the song, and it's like, it wraps up that whole feeling of being like, searching for all these things. I've fallen. That was how you fly. Isn't it funny? You can't fly till you fall.
Yeah.
Like a
I mean,
bird.
well, there's nowhere else
Bird
but up.
has to be thrown from the nest to learn how to fly. Like, bro, that is so. There's more truth than poetry in that, but it is so poetic.
No, it's so real. So let's circle back.
Me back.
I am.
Fucking,
We're gonna
I'm in
I
La La
got
Land
you,
over
baby.
here.
Listen, my husband's a Sagittarius. I got this. So 6 years old. Tell me what happens then. You're living this rock star lifestyle with your family. Dad's girlfriends are calling the house.
Yep.
It's crazy. You guys are partying. Were you guys exposed to back then too and stuff, or was it just more alcohol?
She would know better because I was young. Like
Gotcha.
she has more memories than I do. We talk about this all the time where she was like, yeah, I was like 9. So there's a big difference between 6 and 9, you know? Where it's like there's more memories. But basically what happened is like they got divorced, and my mom was working for my dad had he owned a warehouse, and it was a warehouse that would hold things that truckers needed to come in town and pick up,
Like parts and stuff.
yeah, like I think it was a lot like paint based, like paint for industrial stuff. And the loosest kind of career ever. Like I'm talking like it was party at the warehouse. You know what I'm saying? But it would just be truckers pulling up to this warehouse, picking up stuff. And my dad was a trucker before his whole life, which is why I love the road so much. Like he was a trucker in his early life. And so they pull up to the warehouse. Anyway, my mom was working at that place with my dad. When they got divorced, my dad fired my mom. Okay?
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, he fired my mom. And so my mom had no career, no money, nothing. And my mom was like, yo, you can't have, like, she fought for full custody, right? She was like, no. And so my mom got full custody, and due to that, got the house that we were living in. The house wasn't paid for. My mom had no money. House got foreclosed on. Okay? So this big, giant farm life that I was loving and was just like, shit, I think this is cool. Like, we're good to go.
Yeah.
Went to immediately, like, living in, like, a 2-bedroom apartment we moved to the suburbs. She moved us to the suburbs. She's like, I'm going to bring you out of this, like, farm, put you in the suburbs. Like, we need to get you adjusted, all this. Like, my mom went to being basically, like, an intern at a job to, like, top of the chain in, like,
That's where you get your drive from.
40 years or I don't know how long it was that she worked at that job, but she retired like 10 years ago now. She's been retired, but she went from literally working for free to like top of the list, right? And
Go, Mom, go.
Yeah, and through those times, and like the first thing my mom did, so this is part of my other formative everything, is like my mom was like, all right, dude, like you don't know how to be social. You know, I'm 7 years old now. You don't know how to be social.
Were you
right?
not in school? Did they not have you
Yeah,
in
I was in school.
Okay.
Like, but this school that I was in when I was on the farm was like 5 kids.
Right.
You
'cause
know
it
what
was
I'm
so
saying?
small. Okay,
it was like
gotcha.
5 kids,
Like
that kind of town.
homeschooling pretty much.
100%.
Okay.
Okay. So now I'm like 7 or 8, and my mom's like, I'm gonna put you in sports. If you hate sports, you can quit, right? You can totally quit. But I'm
just
gonna put
wanted
you
you
in
to, like-
sports because I feel like it'll give you like this social acceptance of being like a team and like kind of forced to make those friends, right?
Yeah.
And you'll have a coach, which is a father figure. Okay.
So did dad cut you guys off? Like, did
Oh,
he just disappear?
it was that kind of dad. So he stayed in Minnesota for, I want to say, like 4 years after they had gotten divorced, and then he moved to Long Beach, California. But in those 4 years, it was hey, I'm coming by to pick you up this weekend, and never show up.
Oh.
It was that. It was like me waiting on the front step with a bag.
Oh, that's so hurtful.
And never showing up. And when he did show up, my dad always just wanted to be like, I'm so fly, I'm so like it. Like he would go and like get a big house in like the really like poor neighborhoods, like and try to like show off and be all fly and this and that. And like he was the best hustler in the world. He could sell headphones to a deaf guy. I swear to God, he was like the greatest hustler ever. So for a lot of his life, I have no idea what he did, but
Gotcha.
he could always have like $100 bill in his pocket, and that was probably it.
Yeah.
Because he did die with nothing, you know?
Yeah. Sorry, I just wanted to ask because you said that you needed a father, that she wanted you to have a father
no,
figure.
so I had no father figure, for sure, yeah. So she put me in sports, and like, greatest thing, any tip to people out there that have children, My mom, I put on ice skates, got on the ice, got off. My mom looked at me and said, "You're a f***ing natural."
Oh.
And like from that point on, my mom told me that about everything. And she might have been lying through her teeth, but that inserted something in me that to this day, I believe I am a natural at anything I do. I have so much confidence in myself that like I'm meant to do this, you know? And it's like delusion, and delusion is a big part of success,
Oh,
you know?
absolutely. Delusion
Yeah.
and manifesting
Yeah.
go hand in hand.
100%. It's so
I've
funny
done it my
because
whole
they're so
life.
like opposite words. You're like delusion, negative, manifesting, positive. It's like,
But does delusion have to be negative? I mean, I feel like you're
They
avoiding
throw
negativity.
that on it. It's not at all.
I feel like you're avoiding negativity when you want to be in your own delusional
Hell
world.
yeah.
So I don't understand how
Hell
it's negative.
yeah, exactly. Oh, sorry. I'm telling myself that I'm worth it.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, the world hates that. Don't ever say that you are worth something, because if you do, they're going to try to humble you.
100%.
God.
100%.
So mom put you in sports.
Yeah, put me in sports, told me I was a natural. I began playing sports.
Did you stick with the sports?
Yeah,
Oh,
for
wow.
many years. My
Awesome.
first, so like, check this out. So like my first, I would say from like 8 to 13, I was totally, 100% thinking that I was a professional athlete, right?
I love that.
I was 100% like, I'm a professional athlete, okay?
This is what
I played
what sport?
goalie
Yeah,
in
okay.
hockey. I played lacrosse. I was nasty at lacrosse.
Those are hard
Played
sports.
goalie in hockey. I was nasty at goalie. I played catcher in baseball. My mom's like, yo, why not like choose the thing that's not all eyes on you if something goes wrong? Like she's like sitting in the stands like, dude, you're
Just
the
stressed
goalie in the back that if the goal goes in, you come home and you're like, I want to myself. But she was just like, all right, you got this, you know? Like, I was a loner, right? I was a loner. I was an imagination person. So I chose those, you know, when I zoom out and look back on it, I chose those positions because I was like sitting back in the net, like by myself, surrounded by no one, just being like talking to myself, like, yeah, I got this. Like, we good.
Because
you know?
maybe in a way you always felt like it was like you against the world.
100%.
Yeah, so even
100%.
even as a child.
It was always like, I always was like, I cannot rely on anyone else to make me get there. I was always a lot later into my life, one of my like basically like mentors in my life told me this thing that changed my life, which was like, your life will be so much better if you can just be 100% responsible 100% of the time. When things go wrong, it's a form of empathy to just realize that you're responsible somehow for it going wrong. And if you can stop being like, oh, poor me, like, and just be like, all right, cool, lesson learned. Like, you'll be so much greater. So like, yeah, I always had this like 100% responsible 100% of the time I'm gonna make it happen. So I was playing sports, and then the wildest thing happened when I was 13. You know, I'm flipping through ESPN and watching these sports games, right? Professional athletes, and then my sister is obsessed with Hanson.
Oh,
Okay.
not a Hanson girl over there.
No, full on Hanson, okay? And we're fighting for the remote, and I'm flipping to hockey, and she's flipping to Hanson. And it just dawns on me, I go, I'm watching full on adults with their career. There is no child on the ice in the NHL.
Right.
And she's watching children play to an arena of people at a professional level. These kids are like between 10 and 13. I think I can relate more to the youngins on the instruments than I can to the grown-ups on the ice. I was like, Mom, get me a drum set for Christmas. Get
That
me a
was
drum
it?
set for Christmas. That was it.
You were like, this is it. This
Get
is
me
my
a drum
path.
set for Christmas. And like,
Were you musically inclined before?
not one
Did you sing?
bit.
Did you write?
Not one bit.
Really?
Always in to drawing and painting.
Okay.
That was always my thing. Like, I think one of my other first
Which is
career
why you like
goals,
directing now.
Yeah. One of my other first career goals was to be a comic book guy that drew
Aw.
comic books.
I love that.
So always into like that side of art. So I connected to that side of art. But as soon as I saw this youngin with hair down to here, being like 10 years old, playing drums to a arena of people, and I realized in that moment, I said, I can't see what the hell the guitar player is doing from the TV screen. I can't see. I can't tell. This is too confusing for my mind to understand. This piano player, no idea. Can't even see it from the TV. I can just see he's moving his hands. But drums, he's got sticks in his hand, and he's got 4 drums in front of him. I can see every move he's making.
Wow.
I was like, I can learn from a distance. I can learn that from a distance. From that, it led me to finding Travis Barker.
Well, wait. Let's not skip over that. That is because I play an instrument too, which is piano, which I suck at it now, but I grew up playing piano. And to learn an instrument by watching somebody is a fucking talent in its own.
But you see what I'm saying with drums. It's like the only one that you can look and be like,
but that's still hard.
You're going like this. You're going like this. You're going like this. No matter how fast you're doing it, I can still tell what you're doing.
That's crazy that you were able to do that. So you got a drum set and you just sat
set,
there and you watched
like
what, Hanson videos, or did
and
you discover Blink 182 by then?
So I had the drum set and I was still in sports at this moment, right? Had the drum set, would look at it and be like this. And like, I took lessons for a second. My mom put me in lessons, and I had one lesson. It was from a dude who came over fully drunk and tried to pick up my mom on a date. And my mom was like, dude, I don't think we can make this happen. Like, I don't think I can just have like random men coming to this house to like teach you how to play drums,
I love your mom.
She's the
What
greatest.
a great
One day
woman.
you gotta meet her because she is so cool. Like, I just got this awesome new house in Tarzana that's like it's my happy place, and like she has her own room there full on. And I'm like, Mom, when I get this house, like I'm gonna get this house, and you have to spend 6 months of the year at least out here. Period. End of story.
You are a mama's boy, true and true, but in a good way.
I love it. I love it. I was raised by my mom and my sister, right? Completely. Like, I have great female energy to like make females feel safe and comfortable and open around me, and it's my like one of my favorite qualities about myself.
That's why
I'm so not alpha male.
That's amazing. There's too many alphas running around in the world just hurting women.
So not
that's why so many women have chosen the bear. Have you seen this whole thing that's going on online where it's like, they're like, if you they've asked women, have you seen this thing? If you get lost in like a forest, would you want to be lost in the forest with a bear or with a man? And about 99% of women have chosen the bear. Is that not insane? That's the world we live in. So we need men like you, Maud.
I love it.
We need men like you, baby.
That's so
Please,
real.
they need to make more.
That's so real.
It's wild. But anyways, circling back. So you start playing the drums.
Yeah.
And is this when you had started? I had heard somewhere that you had started like watching the Blink 182 and like recording.
So like drums sat for a minute, like kind of got a little discouraged.
I'm gonna look at my notes too, by the way, because we're right here.
Please do. Cut the camera. Cut to me. She's not doing anything. There's nothing.
I'm not texting. I swear.
They kind of like went to the wayside because I got a little discouraged, by like the lessons and like it just. There was only so many little videotapes that she took of Hanson that I could watch. Right?
Yeah.
Then,
they only had like 2 good hits, right?
Yeah. Don't say that around her.
Oh,
look at she tripping. She like,
listen,
how dare you? She shows her Hanson tattoo.
I was not a Hanson fan. But do you really have a Hanson tattoo? Okay. I was like, we got to talk about this, sis. They really did only have like 2 hits though that I thought of, right? Mbop, and what was the other one? That were like mainstream. Give it a goog. Come on.
You can talk.
You can talk. We love that. Yeah, we love that.
Oh no, look at, she's already, well, you guys. You're being a little hard on Hanson over here.
I love that. A different release pattern. I love that. That's amazing. That is hilarious.
So funny. All right. They had 2 hits. Okay, so
They had 2 hits.
They're looking up the second one.
Giving them 2 hits.
Okay.
Giving them 2 hits might have been nice.
You've never heard.
You've never heard of Mbop?
Yeah, you're young.
Yeah.
You're young. I can already tell. You're young.
Yeah.
I already know how old
if
you
she
are.
doesn't know who Hanson is, she's too young for you, bro.
100%. 100%. Literally had a conversation with someone the other night. It's like, you don't know who Hanson is? All right. Okay. Understand.
Oh, no.
And,
all right. So you started playing these drums.
Yeah.
And you got tired of Hanson.
Yep.
Tired of listening to Hanson.
And then all of a sudden, it must have been 1999 or 2000, like 2000. All of a sudden, I see Blink 182. I see Travis Barker. I see the coolest looking person I've ever seen in my life. and I'm like watching him play drums, and I'm like, oh, bet. I was like, I got a drum set in my basement. I was like, it's done. This is the person I connect with. And that was at the time just when like Napster and Kazaa and these other little things that you could download videos. This is 56K dial-up internet.
Yeah.
I just
Those were the
proceeded
days.
to download every single thing. I would have to stay up all night because the phone line would get used. So
Yeah.
I'd have to stay up all night and download these things. And I'd wake up right away in the morning as it was downloading all day. And I'd go and I'd make sure that did it come through? Okay. But while you could do this was actually the greatest thing. While you were downloading something, at these times, it took you like 3 days to download a music video, you know, real talk. But you could preview it while it was downloading. So if it had 15%, you could watch 15% of it. So I would sit this far from the computer screen and watch that 5%, watch that 10%, watch that 15%, and sit there and just watching I can see everything you're doing. And
That is crazy.
and proceed to do that. I mean, the whole time my mom is going, get off the internet and go be a normal kid. I can't use the phone. Like, what are you doing down there? And I'm like, I guess this internet thing wasn't a fad, Mom.
Yeah, right?
I guess so. I guess I was kind of onto something, huh?
Yeah.
And I just proceeded to watch every single thing, and was always the kid that was like, oh, I can play like one song, time to start a band, you know?
So when did you start your first band?
First band, 13 years old.
Really?
13 years
You
old.
just like one day, this is my 10-year change. You know how you said you change it every 10 years? This was like your 10-year change, and you were ready to just do something completely different.
Yep.
I love that
Yep.
about you.
And I started it, had to like, and still again, like it was really hard because when I turned 16, right? Or just so right as you're going into high school, so right as you're going into freshman year, that was when hockey, because I was like slated to be like a pro goalie. Like I was a good Minnesota is a hockey town.
Yes,
And
it's
pros come
snowy.
from Minnesota. And my city that I was in, Bloomington, Minnesota, we had the scouts would come to our school to pick pros, right?
Wow.
I was slated to be a professional goalie, okay? And I was working with goalie coaches and like, you're going to be a pro. Like, we got this, right? And I had to make like the hardest decision ever at that time, which was going into high school. This is right when it turned into like, okay, sports is a job now because you're going to go to school all day. I hated school, barely made it through.
Same.
And then you're going to practice immediately from school. Like your life is just you're in a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
You know?
Literally.
And I had to make the choice and be like, no, I'm gonna be a drummer. I'm gonna be a drummer. And I had to quit. And everyone, like I had grown men, goalie coaches coming to take me out to lunch to try to convince me otherwise. Don't do it.
No.
Don't do it. Trust me,
Nobody
you're a
ever
goalie.
thinks-
You're
yeah.
not gonna be a musician. Do you know how many times at this time I got told 1 in a million, and I was like, "You're looking at the one. You're looking at the one, my boy." Like
That's all it takes.
sorry
though.
to say, I'm gonna be the one.
Yeah.
You know, and I believed that, and I quit every sport, picked up a skateboard, started getting really good at skateboarding, and my life just became skateboarding and drums. And wearing Dickies down to here and Vans and Famous Stars Straps t-shirts. And I had to change my whole appearance like overnight. Like it all changed. Like
Yeah.
I don't care. This whole poserism and this whole like, oh, all of a sudden you're dressing the part like this. Oh, you like punk music. So now all of a sudden you got like Liberty spikes and you're wearing the Sid Vicious chain. Like, yeah, cool. Change your appearance.
Are people
Feel
not allowed to
stoked.
grow?
Yeah, exactly.
And experience
But
different-
then again, that's the world shutting the door on them. It's like that word poser. It's like, yeah, for sure. The first day I showed up to the skate park, not knowing how to skate and was like wearing the lame like I was posing
Yeah.
to be like y'all because I wanted to be like y'all. But like, don't ever for a second doubt that a year later I was one of y'all.
Right.
Right?
But you put in the
Is
work.
everyone not a poser the first day they doing something? You don't think Van Gogh picked up a paintbrush and felt like a poser the first time he painted?
Tried to paint. Yep.
Looking like at other paintings? Like
Yeah.
everyone's a poser the first time they try to do something they want to do.
I love that.
The fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, yeah,
That's
it's so
amazing.
real. And it's like people just be so afraid of, you know, whatever. It's so easy to do that. It's human condition. Like you want people to like you, you know?
I love that though, that even at 13 you had such a confidence and such a strong mindset to say, you know what, no, I don't care that these grown adults are telling me that I'm not going to make it. I'm going to make it. Like I've had that mindset my entire life. Even as a kid, people told me you're going to end up barefoot and pregnant. You leave home. I left home at 14 and never looked back.
Yeah.
You know, you have to be your fucking number one fan. Nobody else is going to believe in you the way that you do. And it's manifesting. You're literally a powerful human being to be able to manifest something like that, especially so young. You know, and to sit there, I'm still mind blown, but to sit there and learn how to play the drums by watching music videos, that's like some fucking like crazy, like, am I allowed to say, is it politically correct if I say it, but it's like Rain Man, like you are just like zeroed in and just like, you must have like your IQ must be huge. Have you ever had an IQ test?
No, I never have.
We need to do one on
But
him.
I really barely made it out of high school, you know?
That doesn't matter.
No,
That
I know,
doesn't-
for sure.
Some of the smartest people failed in school.
For sure.
Like it's just not, school to me is a trap, but don't,
sure.
kids, if you're listening, go to school.
No, for
You
sure.
have to.
Go to experience school.
Yeah, go
as
to
well.
experience school and just to have your friends and all that stuff. But yeah, to sit there and be able to like, you know, just be so headstrong at such a young age is admirable. Tell me about this first band and where this took you.
First band. I mean, the first band was like, you know, a couple of friends. Like, this really was when I was 13, 14. And it was just like, you're learning how to play guitar. Like, you're the only one in this city. Because I was in the suburbs surrounded by jocks and cheerleaders, for real. Like, right? That was what it was. It was sports and cheerleading, and that's it. So I'm in those suburbs, and I found like one kid that could play, that was learning how to play guitar. I was like, bet, like, we're in a band, you know what I'm saying? And it was really just me and a guitar player, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There was no like, and then we found our like kind of like other like delinquent homie that we're like, just pick up a bass. Like, everyone says like,
Slap at the bass.
everyone's like, you know, like, anyone can play bass. Like, you know, no disrespect to y'all bass players. Like, but everyone that's kind of a thing in music. We're like, you know, Sid Vicious was put in the Sex Pistols because he looked so cool.
Right.
They were like, you just look so cool. Just pick up the bass, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
I love
whatever.
that. My dad's a guitar player and was an extremely amazing guitar player. And he, in his latter years in life, just switched over to bass because it was easier.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, you got 4 strings and you're usually only playing 2 of them. And
Yeah.
you only have to do one at a time.
And you're just
you
like,
know?
boom, boom, boom,
Yeah,
boom.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
awesome. You got to have groove. You got to have like
Yeah.
fall into the pocket, but for sure.
Yeah.
So that band was more just like, we're learning our favorite songs. You
What
know?
was the name?
Almost There.
Ah, I love that.
Almost There.
That's
The
speaks
next
volumes, though.
band I was in, though, we were 16. We were called the Sideline Heroes.
I love that.
That name still to this day is so cool. Sideline Heroes. Like,
Why haven't you written a song called Sideline Heroes?
I know, I do. I really need to.
I'd like writer cred for that.
Yeah,
No, I'm just
all right,
kidding.
done. We're gonna write it together.
Totally
We're
kidding.
totally gonna write it together. You're definitely doing the intro. We're taking something from this. And we were rad. We were super rad. Like, we were all like the bad kids in high school. We were all the, like, you know, failing students in high school and the like
outcasts.
anti everything. You know, this was like, this was the revolution starter of guys wearing girls' jeans. You know what I'm saying? And getting hated on.
Yeah. So you guys
Heavy.
were wearing skinny jeans back then?
Oh, not skinny jeans, girls' jeans, because they
Oh.
didn't even make guys skinny jeans.
Oh, so you
right?
guys were literally just wearing
girls' jeans.
I love that.
100%. And I dyed half my hair blonde, half my hair black, and I came to school with, I kid you not, a briefcase, not a backpack. I walked through the hallways of high school with a briefcase and a scarf on in 70-degree weather.
You would have been one of my friends in high school because I loved
For
anybody
sure.
who was different. Like, I have always been drawn to the people who are different because I'm different, you know?
Yeah.
So I loved people like you. What was your relationship status in high school? When you started playing in a band,
Yeah.
did all the girls start flocking a lot more?
You know, I always had, like I said, I have female energy.
Right.
So I always had like girls. Yeah, I always did. Like, and I've
don't
been
think
very
you-
fortunate with like the females that I've attracted in my life.
I don't think you have female energy. I think you have safe energy.
Yeah.
And to females, that's huge.
Yeah.
We don't want to be around Predator Earl.
Yeah.
We want to
And also
be around
not,
mods.
hey, let me talk to you though in a way that I don't talk around my friends.
Right.
Not
exactly.
that. I'm like so the exact person in front of women, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's how my husband is. He's
Yeah.
safe.
Yeah.
Like, women
Yeah.
are okay being around him and alone with him because they don't have to fear of anything weird and creepy.
So
That's
I did have a really cute girlfriend in high school for
Did
sure.
you?
Yeah.
What was her name?
Jenny Scoog. What's
Jenny,
up?
what's up,
What's
baby?
up? And my sister's still friends with her and talks to her and checks in. But like that was for sure the first love of my life, for sure.
Aw.
We dated like all through high school, but she was like the really pretty, sweet girl that would like come to like, cause we were playing like punk rock shows. There was a venue in Minnesota called The Garage. It was like a youth center, and we would play there every weekend, and like we got big in the city. You know what I'm saying? We really did. And that led me to being in the first band that really like made it type of scenario, like the first band I toured with, the first band that like ever spoke to a label and any of that. And we were called The Semester, and I got to be in that band because the two really good artists, musicians that were like musician kids that were like grew up in church playing instruments and giving guitar lessons to like grown men when they were like 14, you know, really good. And I was self-taught, right?
Yeah.
They were really good, and I had to like try out to be in their band. You know, it was like I'm like 16, 17, like trying out to be in a band. Like, this is wild. They were amazing, and they were from a different city, but the band I was in that was all from my same city would go and we'd play at this youth center, and it was a whole scene. It was all the like outcast kids from surrounding areas were there, and they were starting a new band, and my band was like breaking up, and I was like, all right, I want to play with these guys. And I ended up being in a band with these guys after 3 tryouts, you know. I ended up playing with them, and they would later break my heart, and I would later bring them back into my life. And
we gotta talk about it. You can't go over
well,
it. Really quick though, not to interrupt. Interrupt you. I just wanted to say, isn't it crazy how your girlfriend was the sweet girl coming to the Bad Boys show? Isn't that so reminiscent of your mom and your dad?
It really is exactly like that.
Yeah.
It's
no,
so
I thought
funny
because
I've kind of never like put that together in a string of sentences.
Yeah, I had to like
right.
circle back to that because I thought that was really sweet.
And it totally was. Like, I'm not wrong, huh? It totally was. Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah.
So what did these boys do to you? What happened?
Well, so like so then I guess like sophomore year, now I was in this like really like good band where we were playing every day, writing our own songs, like recording and doing all this, and I was the mouthpiece. I was always the best mouthpiece. Like, I wasn't the best musician in the band because I was self-taught, you know.
Right.
I didn't even understand what timing was, right? I was just like, just play fast, man. What are you talking about? You know.
We're playing punk music here.
Yeah.
Who's counting?
And I was the mouthpiece though. I would get us into the biggest venue in town. I was like, dude, I was the best at forming an email. I could like hit the sentences that the grown up would be like, I believe in this kid, right? So I'll get us into the big venues. I would get us on, you know, like I would get us on to go do like a little 4-show, little mini tour by talking to other bands from other places. And I was getting the eyes on us, you know? And the whole goal was like, I'm going to be in this band for the rest of my life. Like, we got out of high school, literally the day after I graduated, and I barely graduated. The day after I graduated, we got in a tour van and went on a 3-month tour around the country.
Wow.
Playing shows for $20, sleeping on people's floor. The whole point of playing a show is to get on stage and go, hey, we got nowhere to stay tonight. If anyone here wants to let us stay at their house, like that whole era of bands is done.
No,
it's long
for sure.
gone. You know,
my husband used to do that when him and I first got together. I've seen him play shows to 5 people, and rock the stage, like it was like he's playing an amphitheater.
I'm telling you right now, that's what separates us and them.
No, for real, you guys. Not that we're putting down new artists now, but it's like you guys really were in these streets. Like you guys had to sleep on people's couches. You guys, we didn't have a tour van, a tour bus when this started out. We had a rental car, or when we graduated from the rental car to a Sprinter van, or not a Sprinter, but the 18 passenger. Yes,
and
the white one.
And then you would get to the Sprinter, but
like there's levels to this shit.
100%.
So I get it, 100%.
100%. I remember just being like,
what was your first show like that you played? Like
first show ever, as a drummer. First show ever as a drummer was like at this youth center.
Okay,
real.
So you were 13 when that happened, or like 16?
That would be like the first show that wasn't like in our living room to like 5 people or like my mom. And then we can circle back to my first show as Mod Son, because then you'll see how this whole thing like builds up and then boom, and then builds up and then boom, like those kind of things. And it's been wild with that. But so anyways, back to how they broke my heart.
Yeah, sorry.
We went on this tour, okay? I was like in contact with labels. I was like, this is it. This is my whole life. We got back from that tour. They called me on the other three of them on the phone. Go, you're kicked out of our band. You're not good enough. Peace. These were my like best friends. These are everything. They literally looked at me.
Why?
They literally called me and said, peace, you're not good enough to be in our band. And that was it.
After you guys had just
Pulled
did
the rug
this
out.
tour and we're
Yep.
talking,
Yep.
did they get greedy?
Pulled the rug out. They just said I wasn't good enough for them.
Oh.
That wasn't good enough of a drummer.
That's hurtful.
And like them just pulled the rug out. And like this is the most beautiful time in my life because it was so hard, and it created exactly where I am today. I was living with my mom still, you know what I'm saying? Super broke. Like being in a band, you're broke, like, right? Like
Starving
broke,
artist is real.
Completely broke. And this is my first year out of high school. And my mom's like, shit, dude, you were betting everything on this. And like, you literally were like, fuck any other plans in high school or what I'm supposed to be thinking about. Like, this is all I'm doing. And they just pulled the rug out. I mean, my mom's such like she's like, I'm going to go knock on their door and talk to their parents. You know, my mom's like, nah, like she'll fight for me, right? Same with my sister. And, but I just like, this was my first time ever feeling like depression, right? It's my first time. I locked myself in my mom's garage and I was a stoner. Oh, also I got kicked out of the band because I was like a stoner and also like had found and like stuff like that.
Oh,
maybe a caveat that I forgot to introduce.
Let's not skip over that,
That these
buddy.
guys were also super straight laced, and I was like, I grew up with a dad like telling me to party at age 5, guys.
Yeah,
like,
drinking Pabst Blue
you
Ribbon.
guys were in church growing up, and like we live a different life. But yeah,
We'll
I
finish
was
that
like,
story and then we'll circle back to the introduction to drugs.
So maybe glossed over that part a little bit.
But I love that you take accountability for that because a lot of people would not.
100%. I mean, I'll never forget the first time. Like, again, I told them, I was like, yo, I tried cocaine, and they were like, how dare you?
They clutched their pearls.
They were like, oh, your life is over. You know? Like that type of shit. And I was like, yeah, dude, like I was on mushrooms the other night. That was crazy, you know? And they're like, cool. They're like, bro, this dude is losing it, you know? So again, I do take responsibility, but the way they went about it being like, you're not good enough, you're out, right?
Yeah,
that
that's
was like
terrible.
heartbreaking. And then to just be like, forget our number, we're never talking to you again.
Yeah.
So then anyways, locked myself in my mom's garage, smoked all day, and finally connected to Bob Dylan, because when I was young, it was just listen to Bob Dylan, listen to Bob Dylan. When your parents are telling you to listen to something, you're like, no, dog, like you're my parents, like, right? But I was always like, there's something there, and I like forced myself to like really get into it, and I just smoked, listened to Bob Dylan all day, and I was like, that's it. I love this, because when I was in bands, I would sing along to songs, and then I'd turn them off, and I'd be like to my homies who were really good, and be like, da 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 da. Hey, what key am I singing in? You're not even in a key, dog. You can't sing. Don't ever sing. You know, telling me you can't sing. You're not a singer. And I would hear, I hate Bob Dylan's voice. He can't sing. And I'm like, boom. There's our through line. They say this dude can't sing. They say I can't sing. He did something with it. I'm doing something with it.
Absolutely.
And that was it. I was like, I'm starting my own thing. And if I can't sing yet, I'll tell you what I can do. Like, I'm going to get there, but I'll tell you what I can do. I can play drums, and I got rhythm, and I understand pattern. I'm going to rap.
Wow.
Can't tell me I can't talk,
Right.
you know?
I love that.
So it was like,
I love that nobody can tell you no.
a hi-hat's like a rap. And I was like, cool. I'm going to put that together, you know?
So I see a pattern here that all throughout your life, if somebody tells you can't do something, you're going to prove them wrong.
It's my gift and my curse, because it goes to authority too, and can ruin great relationships that I'm in, because I cannot be told what to do.
Does that trickle over into like women too?
100%. 100%. I run so far from authority.
Me
And
too.
that's like anyone just being like, try living your life the way I live it too, and me being, how dare you tell me to change my lifestyle?
Yeah.
How dare you to tell me that I shouldn't be staying up till 6 a.m. every night and sleeping till 2 p.m.? How dare you tell me that I should try to like move with the sun? How dare you try to tell me that I should live like this, or you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's like my biggest thing that I'm working on right now, is like understanding that like there's a difference between authority of like me being a kid and being like chased by the cops for skateboarding on a 6th stair. There's a difference between like that authority and be like, fuck you.
Yeah.
And a difference between someone being like, hey, you want to like live how I live too?
Yeah.
You want to like meet
Can
in
we
the
be
middle,
teammates?
dog? Like you want to do that and not just be like, I'm your plus one, like to your life.
Yeah.
Like 100%. I'm really focused on like understanding that, but it's a trigger.
Are you in therapy?
I have done great therapy sessions, and then I like kind of stray away
Because of
and
the
then-
authority, probably.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you have somebody telling you what to do.
But they've given me so many of those, like, here's the starting point.
Right.
You know?
Which is what we
like,
need.
here's the starting point. Like my therapist gave me the greatest piece ever, which was like, this is why you're doing that. Because like I've seemed to end up in relationships with famous girls, right? It's been like a pattern. And why, you know, people be like, even my friends be like, man, you're a star, bro. Okay.
I think you just like
Okay.
strong women
No, boom.
who are driven.
Boom. Boom. I was in my head being like, what is wrong with me? Why am I like this? Why am I like so attracted to like a celebrity woman and whatever? And it's like, my therapist was like, okay, so you watched your mom get completely everything taken away from your father and think that she was feel worthless and powerless, and you've seen, you know, her be abused in multiple ways. You want to be with a strong woman, and the industry you're in, the strong women you're surrounded by are the ones with fame. If you were working in an office, you'd want to the CEO.
Yeah.
You feel me?
And there's nothing wrong with that.
And I was just like, boom, I feel so much better about myself. Because I was like, damn, like, I'm a like, what is that? I'm like, well, I am from Minnesota, small town. I used to see magazine covers and be like, one day.
You're trying to rationalize it, but there's nothing wrong with wanting a strong woman who has her own
100%,
shit going on.
100%.
It's the independence, I think, that attracts you to women who are famous, because they can do whatever they want because they have their own money.
Yep.
You know, so yeah, it does circle back to childhood trauma, but it doesn't always mean that it's a negative thing.
True.
You know,
Truly. And I am like, where's the normal girl in my life that works at Starbucks?
Can we talk about some of your relationships? We're going to circle back to the drug thing too. I haven't forgotten, but can we talk about some of your relationships?
Yeah.
I did see a couple of them online, some girls that you have been with. And I mean, like Bella Thorne, beautiful, strong woman. Take me on that journey.
Dude, that was like a really fun one, and then like ended like really traumatically and stuff. And like that was just like you know, this was when I was a drug addict and alcoholic, and this was like, met her through friends, was like, look at this like wild child girl. I was also like in like this, like, I'm like very hippie-ism, like the way I live life is very hippie, you know what I'm saying? And she was on that, you know. I was like, this girl with like hairy armpits that's like so beautiful. I was like, why is that so attractive to me? Like,
She's a rebel, baby.
It was like, it really was. I was like, you're so like just naturally like don't give a fuck and whatever. So just like so many amazing times with her. And you know, I do have this like, not only with authority, like I don't want to be the plus one. So it is hard to like match the energy of like, oh, you're like more popping than me, you know?
Right, yeah.
And like, so a lot of it was that, but like I was super supportive and I loved watching her shine. And she was very lived her life in like a grown way and took care of things and all that. But it ended poorly. You know what I'm saying? We were like in this, like, maybe we're in like a like polyamorous, like throuple relationship with this other person. And I'm a jealous person too. So I was
even
like,
if it's another female? Oh, he said, oh, yeah.
I'm just so jealous.
Yeah.
Like,
Because you're a lover boy.
I'm so jealous. Yeah, I have a jealousy thing. Again, like, I know my things to work on. You know
When's
what
your
I'm saying?
birthday?
March 10th.
I swear to God, we've been sitting here this whole time, and in my head, Pisces just keeps
Total
fucking
Pisces.
replaying. That is fucking wild, dude.
Total Pisces.
Yeah,
Like,
I love that. I'm a
through and through.
Pisces Venus, so
Okay.
I love hard.
Yeah.
Like when we
Yeah.
love, we
Yeah.
are just, it's like an ocean. We
And I
consume you.
dive off the cliff, too. I dive off the cliff into
Yeah.
it. And, like, so anyways, like, this was definitely, like, one of my first, like, really, really, you know, I'd love to beat the 2.5 year mark, but these things with me seem to last like 2.5 years, you know, and it was 2.5 years of my life.
That's when you really get to know somebody, though. And that's when the
Yeah.
masks start falling off.
Yeah.
Like, people always say, oh, it's the first 6 months. No, it's not. It could be over a year. And you don't really get to know somebody until like a year and a half, 2 years into the relationship.
Yep.
My husband and I fought like cats and dogs the first 3 years of our relationship. I do not know how we survived it and made it to where we are, because we literally had to learn to, one, we had to learn that we were both trash bags, and then we had to and unpack the trash together.
Yeah.
And then we had to decide, like, hey, are we going to continue to be trash bags, or are we going to try to just level up together? And I think that in relationships,
On
it's
a real partnership, like.
but you know, that's 2 years is, or 2.5 years is where you get to a point of like, it's make or break. And if the two people can't decide, hey, we want to do this together and level up, which a lot of people aren't built like that anymore. These, like, heaven forbid, if anything ever happened, I would never want to date in society again, because nobody knows how to work on things and like really struggle with somebody, you know, like people don't, they want the happiness and they want the fairy tale, but they don't want to struggle. They don't want the lows. They want the highs. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's probably where you're meeting that situation over and over again, is because you're picking partners who don't want to do the work, or maybe you at that moment didn't want to do the work.
So real. So real. You know?
Sorry, I'm not trying to over here be a therapist or
real.
anything.
Like I'm actually like tuned into these conversations more than ever, because I'm like, do I like just die alone, like for real? Like, is that my
No
journey?
way.
And like look, like obviously it sounds whatever, but it's also like so romanticized to me, because I'm like tortured, locked up artist in the middle of the woods, painting and smoking cigarettes and fucking writing books.
Would you choose the bear or the man?
The bear?
Because you said you were in the middle of the woods. So
Yeah,
would you
bear
the
all
bear.
day, and that would be the same if I was a female too. I'd be like, the bear, bro.
Like you said, the bear. What?
Yeah, 100%.
Sorry, I just wanted to make you laugh. You're not gonna die alone. You're not.
You know what?
There's a girl
I know
out
when
there.
I say that, it sounds like one of those things, but I am like, I'm such a lover boy in those things where I'm just like, I know it sounds like sad, but to me it's so romanticized and so just like, you know what, like I've had it, I've felt it, and like we'll see what happens, but I am in love with other things, you know. You
have manifested, not that a woman will make you any more than you already are, your whole by yourself, but you have manifested everything in your life.
Yeah.
You are going to manifest the perfect woman for you.
Yeah.
You just have to believe that.
True.
Like you have believed in yourself and everything else that you have done in this life. You have to start believing it.
Yeah.
Stop romanticizing being alone and start romanticizing falling in love. Start visualizing your perfect girl. I would tell you a trick to do, but I don't know if I'll get in trouble on the podcast. But it's like a
Well, then cut it if it is, but tell me.
Okay, so when you're masturbating, Mimi is like, oh, here we go. So when you're when you're masturbating, envision the perfect woman that you want.
Yeah.
And masturbate to her and to you know, fruition.
That's great, because I don't watch porn.
That's manifesting though, but and they say, I don't know if it's like a witchcraft thing or a spell thing. I'm not into that, but they say that if you do that, you're literally manifesting the person that you want, and these people will start coming into your life. It's real. Try it. Let me know how it goes. Call me afterwards.
I'm like,
let
I
me
gotta
know.
get past some of this previous manifesting that I've been doing.
Clear the
Should've
slate.
told me that like 20 years ago, maybe.
Clear the slate. So if you're
Alright.
jerking off to celebrities, you're
yeah.
manifesting celebrities. You see that? You know, so
word.
Mom's like-
I'm thinking maybe the therapist was wrong about the whole like start of the trauma. I think we just actually found the reason.
But
Let's
I mean,
rewind.
it's,
Wasn't the like mom thing? It's like what you've been doing.
it's a smorgasbord of all of it.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you are whacking off to celebrities, it makes sense, you know. So moving on to
No, it's back in it's the imagination. It's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, But I do think watching porn fucks you up.
Yeah, I see. I don't mind porn; it doesn't bother me. But when it's a problem.
Yeah.
Like if you're watching porn more than touching your partner, then that's a problem.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which
Oh,
that
for
happens
sure.
in a lot of relationships.
100%.
Yeah, it definitely.
100%.
Moving on to your next relationship, the one that your most recent one.
Most recent, yeah.
Can we touch on that one?
Yeah, certainly.
That was a brutal year for you last year.
Yeah.
Can you take me on that journey? How did you meet Avril?
We met through music. You know, we met through music, and it was a great time. Like, I worked on an album that she was doing, and we had a song of mine together. And
It's called what is it called?
our song is called Flames. Yeah.
Flames. Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
got to listen to the song. It's a great song.
Yeah, it's a great song. And like, we met through like a really awesome way, which was making music, you know? And it was lovely. And she was like true talent, being around like really true talent, especially as like, I write songs for other artists as well, you know, and produce for other artists as well. And it was like amazing, like coming up with an idea and seeing someone like so talented sing it. And it was like, it was incredible. And also, I've known who she was since I was a very young kid in Minnesota.
I heard you had her posters on your wall.
100% had a poster on my wall.
Manifested. See?
100%.
Start whacking off, Maud.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Start manifesting and whacking off.
Yeah, right? I know. Low key.
That's your homework.
Low key. And she was, yeah. So, it was like just
Sorry,
a really,
sister.
it was a really beautiful time when we met. And it was also in the pandemic. So like you know, like I said, I dive in fast as fuck. I just like completely dive into something. And I think she was that way as well. And we just like ended up immediately being with each other and living together. And it was in the pandemic where we were all stuck inside anyway. So it was like, it was
That's
a really,
way to get to know somebody really fast, though.
Yeah.
Because that's what my husband and I did.
Yeah.
We got married a month after meeting.
Yeah.
And like
that's like how I've always been.
hop into the frying
Yeah.
pan.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to figure this out.
Yeah. And yeah, it was like a really incredible time. She was like she's like a grown woman, you know? And that was a wonderful change for my relationship types to be with, you know?
It's like the most amazing compliment that you can give a woman.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And again, like, I want to give anyone that I was in a relationship, like, the compliments, you know what I'm saying? Like, when we spoke about Bella a second ago, it was like I was directing a video for a band called Palais Royale yesterday, and they're friends with her, and the whole concept of the video, even if this doesn't make it in, I'd love to tell you this.
Yeah,
It's really
of course.
great. They don't even know that I'm making this video for them. Okay. Their mother passed away last week. There are 3 brothers in a band. Okay. Their mother just passed away. And they have this giant song that's so good that was already slated to come out. And they're like, their label's like, can we shoot a video, please? It's a sensitive time. Like, we won't be on camera. So their management came to me and was like, can you put something together? And the whole thing is like friends and fans and other people from big bands coming together to create this like moment of a special video for them. Not like a sad
Community.
video at all. Not like a dedication to their mom. Nothing like that, because the song's very upbeat.
Fellowship.
It's like showing them like, we got your back. And like also like when you do a guerrilla video like that, where you're just kind of like all coming together and on the spot.
Yeah.
It's like usually just thrown together. Like, I shot them like an expensive, crazy art video. Anyways, jumping back. Their management knows that they're like good friends with Bella, and they were like, yo, would you be comfortable if we invited her? And I was like, I would love to say hi to her and give her a hug and send her my love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was like, I would love that. You know, a year after we broke up, I was like, if I ever see you in public, like, I'm gonna just give you the dirtiest look. But it's like, I have nothing but, you know, love for that. So like, jumping back, like, yeah, it was being with a grown woman. It was awesome. We're 2 different people, but it was great. I think I had a great influence on her. I think she could have had a really more wonderful influence on me just from the side of like grown up and being a grown up, kind of, you know, because I'm learning later in life of how beautiful it is. Like, like I said, I'm very secure of who I am right now. And I've been a little lost in the last like 3 years as far as like, where do I fit in, or who am I? And you know, there's great things that I could have like taken out of it, but
That just sends you a message again of you're not good enough.
yeah, certainly. And like on top of that too, it's just like I had to like really regain this big empathetic heart that I've been missing for a long time, and like it's really come around lately, this like leading with empathy. You know, I pray every single day, right? And like in my prayers I'm just like, allow me to lead with empathy and like be a shining light. Like, and my form of empathy is just finally attached to like being like, dude, you gotta get outside of yourself. And when someone does you wrong, stop thinking, fuck them. You did me dirty. I'm out for revenge and this and that. It's start being like, just be in their position. Like, step outside. And things have like formed in my life lately where I was just like, oh my God, I can't have any of those feelings for anyone. I couldn't force myself to anymore. You know, if we had done this like talk like 3 months ago, I might have been like, man, fuck that person.
No.
I hope she hears this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just like, yo, run into you, all love. I hope you're well. Cause
That's healing though, is
Yeah.
being able to, you know, put, maybe it's egos, heartbreak aside and be like, hey man, I understand you were going through your own too.
100%.
Even though you shattered my heart,
Yes.
stomped on it on the way out,
Yes.
I still love you.
And I am responsible for what happened as well.
Yeah.
In some way, it trickles down to that. It's like, you know, I didn't give you what you communicated, and a lot of times too, what you needed, you know. And like that was another great thing I learned from the relationship, was communication. Because like I'm like a run from the problem person. I'm like literally like leave the house. Like, I don't want to fight. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
When you calm down, I'll be back. That's so corny.
Yeah.
That's so the wrong way to go about things.
Yeah.
And so my communication skills have like gone through the roof lately, and just being empathetic, and also like I don't think it's hard to get there when you're not in a good place.
Yeah. Well, when you're still emotional.
Yeah, when you're still on the other side of it, being like, man, like I feel like right now. How am I supposed to be happy for you? But it's like,
it's okay that you felt like that too.
Yeah, and yeah, I know, and that's what, you know. My best friend is Machine Gun Kelly, and he is.
We love Kells.
He is. I talk to him. If I'm not with him that day, I talk to him on the phone for 3 hours every day, and he is like, we are so there for each other. It is like literally, I talking about all these relationships and stuff. Haven't felt emotional. I feel emotional talking about how much I love my best friend.
Oh,
He is like
tell me
the
about
greatest.
you guys' relationship. I want to hear all about it.
Look at my eyes right
I
now.
know.
You seeing this?
That's what I want to hear about it. All right, we're back, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we just had to take a bathroom break. Maud's eyes were floating. He had to pee so bad.
Extremely caffeinated right now, everyone. Like, extremely caffeinated.
So tell me about you and MGK's relationship, because you got a little teary-eyed before you had to go pee.
I did, because we met each other. We've known each other for over a decade now. He sees me the way I would love the world to see me, right? And like, I think I'm a pretty good representation of that, you know what I'm saying? But he really 100% is just like, I want the world to see you how I see you, you know? And he is that person in my life that is like, he has like the truest like love for me as a person, you know, and wants to see me succeed and wants to see me happy. And when I say these things too, like, am I just gonna die alone? He's like, bro, no, but you gotta start looking at the right. But that's why I was really talking, because we really talk to each other for 3 hours a day right now, just about like such real life stuff and real life things, as well as him. Like, you know, the next song I'm releasing is a song that I played for him, and he was like, yo, it's great, this is gonna be your greatest song, but I want to help you take it there. You know, I want to help you take it there. And then,
is it rap or is it rock?
It's a little bit. It's definitely not rock, but there is a little bit of my like rap influence in it. And it's an interpolation. And I think we're gonna maybe talk about like dropping this right around the release of the song.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
when will it be releasing?
What?
When will it be releasing?
June 7th.
Okay.
Yeah, June 7th is when we're releasing it. And it's like me interpolating "You Are My Sunshine," which is like in this such cool way. It's like so cool how we did it and how we made it happen. but I've always been avoiding writing the Sun song, like Mod Sun, Modern Sunshine. Like I've always been avoiding like writing the Sun song, like, oh, I don't want to put my finger on the pulse like that. And like I finally did, and I found this like really awesome way to do it. And it's my favorite I've ever sound, and my like coolest lyrics that I just feel like a different artist right now. And every time I listen to it, it's like the first time. But he's there for me for that kind of thing. And then as well in his music, like I've written songs with him for his music, and we just look to each other for that. But more importantly, like our bond as friends is so powerful. It is so, meeting in the middle of two totally different people. We're two totally different people and so opposite. And I've just never had a friend that like truly like cares about me the way that he does. I don't know if I've ever had anyone in my life that cares about me the way he does.
Aww, he's really your soulmate.
Yeah, like he's really like we were meant to be best friends in this life, and like probably crossed paths in another life. And
you guys were probably brothers in another life.
Cool.
He's in your soul family for sure.
Yeah, cool. And like it's so funny. Like Megan says stuff like that for sure too. Aww. She's like, But yeah, I've never felt like someone be so, I don't feel like a burden to him at all. Like if anything, it's like I don't tell him enough, and I've been really good my whole life at avoiding conversations about myself, I really like to be the person. I read the 48 Laws of Power way too early in my life, and the first rule is like never try to outshine the person in the room. Like
I don't know if I agree with all of the 48
Fuck
laws.
no!
Okay.
And also, it's one of those books that if you have read, you just don't tell people you've read
I feel like it was like written by a narcissist or something.
Yeah, no.
I didn't know if it was okay to say that because I didn't know if that was like your thing.
And it's also one of those books that I'm like, I'm just not going to tell anyone I've read that, because they immediately are like, if they've read it too, they're like, oh, so you're an asshole too.
Yeah, kindred souls.
They're like, oh, so you're just like playing me right now.
I tried to get into it because I went through a whole I've been going on my spiritual journey since I got sober in 2017 and to now. And so I went through a phase where I like wanted to read books, and I was like, this is what I'm going to do. Even though I have ADD and can't do it, but I can listen audiobooks all day long.
100%.
And reading them, can't do it.
It's a task.
Literally,
it's a task.
You got to really
plan.
You
have
to
push yourself to do it.
Push yourself and plan. And
it's weird how much you plan.
Day.
It's like people are supposed to just like be like, oh yeah, this is my like read a book time, and it's like it feels like serious work.
It's like school.
I do the same thing. I'm like, I'm gonna read a book a week this year, and I'm like, I get like 1 month into it, I'm like, I'm gonna read a book a month.
Yeah, my husband will do that, and he'll read 4 books in a week, and then he won't read for the rest of the year.
Yeah, he's like I've taken all I need from it, and I'm good for this year.
Yeah, literally. But I tried to read the 48 Laws of Attraction, and I fucking started reading it, and I was like, is this like some like weird linguistic fucking culty, hypnotic type like program your mind type? And I was just like, I don't want to consume this.
And there was information in it that I was able to like put towards my life.
Yeah.
And then there was also stuff that made me way less human.
Right.
It was like, I'm successful, but I hate myself. You know what I'm saying? It's like I hustled everybody around me to get here. What the fuck?
Yeah, no, crazy, right?
Yeah.
I love hearing that about you and Kel's relationship, because which I just recently started calling him Kel's because my husband does.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
They actually called me when they're in the studio.
Yeah.
Because Jelly walked in and was like, hey, man, do I like call you like Colson now or something? And Kel's was like, hold that thought. He got me on FaceTime and he was like, hey, yo, what should Jelly call me? And I was like, bro, if you don't call him Kels, I'm going to be so bummed. I was like, you know him, right? I hate the Colson thing. I'll never call him that.
Yeah,
that's like
so
the first
proper.
time it's come out of my mouth actually ever as that.
It's so proper.
Like, I only call him Kels, and I'm just like, hate the like, oh, I know Colson, like that thing. I'm like,
when people say, I know Jason, I'm like, oh, you don't know him.
Yeah.
Jason's my husband.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, I think you're talking about Jelly.
Yeah, exactly. But I love that you said that about him, because I got that feeling about him too, because I'm really protective about my husband and who he brings around. And I'm always I'm the wife who's like, keep an eye on him. And every time I say that, something proves right. And then when I met Kels, I looked at both of them and I was like, I'm so glad you guys have this friendship. I was like, you guys both need each other because
Yeah.
I feel like he needs a big brother.
Yeah.
And I feel like Jay needs a little brother.
Yep.
And I feel like, and we
That's
get
what
you
it was
too.
like watching them on the
yeah,
studio
we get
the
you
other
too.
day.
So now it's like, it's just,
Yeah.
it's a sweet little family vibe. And
Yeah,
I really dig it.
I mean, my other thing with Cal's too is I'm just like, you know, he's had a hard time truly being missed. So what he says to me, I want the world to see you how I see you. I'm like that times 10 with him because I'm like, you're so fucking misunderstood. If
really
anyone
is.
got to have one conversation with him, they'd be like, sweetest guy ever, nicest person, like love this person to death, cool as fuck, not arrogant, so humble, so everything. It's just the perfect human being of like everything. And
he's definitely opposite of what I thought when I first, because I've had girls on the podcast who have dated him, and you know, they didn't have great things to say, but you get this idea of somebody once you hear it from numerous people. So when I met him, I was like, oh, this is just a sweet boy who has a wall up. You know, like
100%.
And it was just like, oh, I get it now, you know,
and,
so it
and
makes
genuine
sense.
and authentic and all the greatest qualities of a person. And I can't wait. You know, I think you should do your podcast. I think you should do a podcast in general. I'm like, it takes 10 clips to rewrite his narrative, and I just can't wait for the world to really know. And that's not even saying that they don't. Like he has millions of people that love him.
Oh, absolutely.
It's really just being like, I can't wait for the other million that are out there that don't understand him to understand who he really is, because he's the greatest person I've ever met in my entire life.
He's lucky to have a best friend like you.
I'm so lucky to have his best friend. And the caveat on that is now we live 2 minutes from each other, and like it'll be 3 a.m. and he just like walks in my door or vice versa. And it's so great.
It's the family you needed.
Yeah.
You know, you got your sister, and now you don't have any brothers, right?
No.
There you go.
I have a stepbrother.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep. I have a stepbrother. He's super cool.
So take me on the sobriety journey, because you said that you're about to hit 5 years, right?
I'm about to hit 5 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Sobriety sucks. I tell everybody that. That it's like, it's the realest. And when I say sobriety sucks, I mean that in like a joking way, because you really get to know yourself.
Yeah.
And you have to deal with some of the hardest shit you've ever dealt with in your life the minute you decide to become sober. It
changed everything about me. Also, the time that, you know, if you can kind of backtrack to 5 years from now, or 5 years ago, where the world of like cocaine, which was my fucking everything, you can kind of track where it got really scary, and it's right around that point.
When did you start using?
2011.
Okay, how old were you? Let's say I was what, 30?
So I was
so
like,
you were like 20?
21 type. Yeah. Like 20, I'm sorry, like 23, 22. So maybe it was earlier than that. I really started doing at like 22 years old.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And like, and was that person, it's so funny. Cocaine is such a fucked up drug, because it was like, I was anti that. Anyone who ever like did it around me, I was like, oh my God, what the Dude, I did one line, I was addicted from the first line.
Because you have that gene in you. You probably get it from your dad.
Yeah, and total alcoholic. I mean, my dad passed away from being an alcoholic, like, and party animal, and you know, was literally doing with me up, and you know, when I was up, like, for real, like.
So dad resurfaced.
Wow. Well, I would love to get into all that too. If we, I know we've been talking for what seems like
it's about you. You know, if you want to talk about it, we can talk about it.
I'm here.
I'm not kicking you out.
I love this. Okay, cool.
This is your time.
I was addicted from the first line of cocaine I did. I have the alcoholic gene where it's like I can just go and go, like, and being on stage and being in that lifestyle and being all that, it was always like I wanted to be the best at everything. So it became be the best drug addict, be the best alcoholic. And when you're trying to be the best drug addict and best alcoholic, it means you do more than anyone else.
Yeah.
You know? And it's a funny fucking thing, because when you first start doing cocaine, it's like, yo, like, you want to do, like, let's do, okay, on the table right here in front of us. And it quickly turns into by yourself in the bathroom, you know?
Or like if you had a couple drinks and you just wanted.
Oh, yeah, but I was like a dark addict, you know what I'm saying? I was by myself doing 8 balls, by myself.
I did that one night.
Not to party.
Just to
just sitting behind a microphone, just like, all right, like I'm making this song. You know what I'm saying? Like all night. I mean, it was bender after bender after bender. Like I was a up for 3 days type of person. Oof. And addict. And it went on for, like over a decade of my life. And to the point that there was like really scary times, really times where I was like able to hide it. Cause I was the whole thing is I was functioning. I was a functioning addict alcoholic, right? But to finally pass out after being like tweaked out on cocaine for 2 days, my thought in my head was that I had to slam a bottle of whiskey, to do it. So it was just like the cocktail that kills you,
Yes, absolutely. I used to do cocaine and sex. That was my shit.
Yeah.
So I'd get so low that I'd need to come back up, and then I'd have to go back down again. My heart is
yeah,
from
100%.
all of it.
100%.
Yeah.
Like my heart is because it's just like needs stimulation so much that now I'm like I said, I've drank 4 shots of espresso today and a C4. Wow. And I'm like, but I don't know. Like that's kind of like I operate in those ways, and it's not great. But regardless of that, so like I have been going on this journey, and I basically like one day after, funny enough, why I also have so much love in my heart for Bella, who we were talking about earlier, is like that was the reason I got sober, was the end of that relationship. That relationship ended, funny enough, at Coachella. So in LA.
I was about to say an LA love story.
Yeah, I know, it's so gross. It ended at Coachella.
You said it's so gross.
It ended at Coachella, like literally at the festival. And I had a friend who lived out in the middle of Joshua Tree and had just had like Airstream trailers. And I just took all my in a backpack and went to this Airstream trailer in the middle of Joshua Tree and was like holed up in there for 2 days, to the point that like my friend, who I was just with last night, shout out Losty, he was like my quote unquote like assistant, like living with me at the time, kind of a caretaker in a lot of ways, because I was like in my really bad phase of being an addict. He like had to drive down from LA to Joshua Tree, like throw me he found me in an Airstream in the middle of Joshua Tree, like passed out with like a bag of cocaine on my chest, legitimately, and threw me in the back of the car and like drove me back up to LA. And from that moment on, I went on like a 6-day bender that if I shut my eyes for maybe an hour every 3 days during that,
wow.
I really was like pushed it to my limits. And
you were like on a side mission.
I really did. And it was also just mixing like fucking whippets and ketamine and all ridiculous, like stupid, just like ridiculous. But anyways, after this like long, I was staying at my house. I was staying at my friend's house. After this long like 4 or 5 days of being at my friend's house, just out of my mind, I like came back to my house and lined up this like really fat fucking caterpillar line of cocaine. My eyes rolled into the back of my head, and my guy who I was talking about, Losty, basically like found me just out, down and out, like on my bathroom floor, like came to, didn't have to go to the hospital, came to, and was really like, damn, that was it. Like I just got my second lease on life. I'm fucking done.
I'm so
I quit.
happy.
And I quit. And to everyone out there that is at all thinking of sobriety or what can come with it, or you know, how to do it or whatever, like I look at it in a way that I also made this great trade. And it's like, again, the world makes you think that it's not okay to ask for something when you're doing something that's like good for yourself, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, I asked for something. Okay. Mm-hmm. I was like, I knew it was going to kill me from literally a year into doing it. Mm-hmm. I was like, it is going to kill me. Okay. I had these big wide dreams in my eyes of being super successful as a musician and, you know, getting the big record deal and making it and getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and all that. And I was blocking my blessing because I was bringing around a suitcase filled with shame everywhere I went. Okay. I felt shameful every time I did a line of okay. So I can be working as hard as I've ever worked and going so hard and making great things and doing all this. But I am telling whatever is up here, I'm a God person ever since I got sober. It brought me to like faith in God and all that. Before it was just like the universe. And you're just telling whatever you believe in that you don't deserve it. because you feel shame about yourself. Now, if you're an addict that doesn't feel bad about drinking or doing or any of that, I don't think you're blocking your blessing. I don't think it's great for you, but I don't think you're blocking your blessing, because you're not telling the higher power that I'm a piece of shit.
Right.
I was telling the higher power, I'm a piece of shit. I don't deserve it. I don't deserve it. And so the second that I got sober, I was like, check it out. I was like, God, I was like, whatever this is that I'm talking to, like, I'm going to show you that I'm worth it, and I'm going to make the great trade. And the great trade is I am going to change my life and stop all this shame, put down the cocaine, put down the alcohol, put down the, and in return, I want you to give me my dreams. I want you to give me my fucking dreams. And I swear to you not, like, within a year, like, every one of those dreams that I hadn't checked off on my bucket list happened just like that. And I'm just like, yeah, it can sound selfish to be like, I want something in return, but I did, and I got it, and it helps me stay sober, knowing that, like, I owe a favor. I even owe a favor of being like, thank you so much, you did it, and like whatever I do from here on out, extra credit. It's extra credit because I know that I asked you for a specific thing and you gave it to me.
That's amazing. That is a beautiful story. I love that even in your lowest moment, because most people will like overdose or go through something like that and they'll be like, oh, I made it. Maybe I should do it again. Or they don't learn their lesson. And in that moment, you were like, no, this, I'm fed up and I'm going to do better. And it seems to be a pattern in your life of proving that you are worth it. And I think that stems from maybe your dad not coming around as a little boy. But that's been your drive. Yeah. What has been your cross to bear has also been your saving grace, you know, and it's beautiful.
You're awesome. Thank you.
But it's so real. And I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Like, I'm genuinely proud of you. And that's why I say sobriety does suck, but it's the most rewarding journey you will ever be on.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people in this world need a role model like you. They need somebody who's, you know, looks like you, cool and tattoos and is in the music industry, that is showing like, hey, I have struggled my ass off, but I'm still fighting. I'm still here. You're not going to keep me down. And that's a role model to me. That's what people need.
I love that. And I would love to be able to do that for anyone. You know, that is truly my goal. Like in my prayers too, I'm just like, allow me to be of service. Like, allow me to be of service today to all the people down here, you know, and just reminding myself that service can come as far, it can be as huge as saying something that changes someone's life. It can be as small as holding the door for someone, you know, and just like lead with that, keep this light around you, and, you know, finding your worth and finding your purpose and all that is really important. But like, it all boils down to like, dude, how are you just proud of yourself? Yeah. How are you just proud of yourself? How did you do something nice today that made you feel proud of yourself? You know?
That's so real. Yeah. Can you talk about doing with your dad? Like, he came back around and like, how did that?
Yeah, 100%. So like my father, we had these points in our life where I would go years without talking to him, you know, through being like, man, you, you're a piece of shit, or you hurt my sister, you know. Her relationship was even harder, like, with him in a lot of ways, you know. And like, you know, you can go outside if you need to, because I know you can start crying if I start talking about it.
I have dad trauma too, so I'll probably cry with you guys.
I'll give you a big hug, I promise.
I'm sorry.
And so like, you know, he was a couch surfer, hustler, all the way until the day he died. But basically, we had gone years without talking to each other. And his girlfriend one day, because I had moved, so he was living out in Long Beach. I got sent out in the middle of high school, senior year. My mom couldn't handle me anymore because I was just like a trouble kid. She sent me to go in high school, live with my dad in Long Beach, which was like the funniest decision she could ever make, because it was just like insanity.
But free for all.
Yeah. And so we would connect, and then I was on tour one time. This is why we had our big fallout. I was on tour one time, and I ended a tour in California. This was like broke boy touring still. I was still in a band. And I came and stayed at his house, and I was there, and like we got wasted together. Me and my band was there. We were having like this like party. We got wasted together. I walked out on the streetlights with him. He looked at me, both of us fucking blackout drunk. He looked at me and he was like, the doctor told me I got a month to live. And I was like, what the fuck? was like, what the I was like, I'm not going back home. Like, my band can go back home without me. This is when I literally like was like out, because okay, it's funny, I kind of skipped over something in the band thing. I got kicked out of that one band.
Right.
I got picked up by another band to play drums. That led me to being in this giant band called Scary Kids, scaring kids playing drums.
Oh, I've
and
heard of them.
Yeah, I played drums to them. And it all
Okay.
worked out. My first tour ever as Mod Son was Scary Kids, scaring kids going, yo, will you play drums for us? And I was like, I'll only do it if I can open as Mod Son.
Wow.
So
Where
my
did
whole
the name Mod Son
first-
come from?
It stands for Movement on Dreams, Stand Under None. I looked up at the sky one night. I said, what is my name? It came into my head, and I never questioned it. Came into my head, MODSUN. What does that mean? Movement on Dreams, Stand Under None. What does that mean? Modern Sunshine. Like, that was it. And I never questioned it once. There was never any other name. It happened in 1 minute.
You're so spiritual without even really knowing it.
For sure. Yeah.
I mean, you might know
Thank
it
you.
now, but back then I don't know if you did.
I like to believe it. It's hard to convince yourself sometimes that you're like connected to something, but I believe it.
For
you know?
sure.
But my first tour as Mod Son was literally performing to a hardcore, post-hardcore like crowd, being just booed off stage, coming out rapping over
Builds
Miley
character.
Cyrus Party in the USA, like getting just
I
booed
would
off
pay
stage.
to see that. Somebody give me the footage.
Yes, real talk. It's out there. I'll send it to you. But anyway, so I go after this tour. My dad's like says this to me, and I'm like, yo, everyone can whatever. I got my laptop with me. I'm just gonna work on this Mod Son music that I really believe in, and he never mentioned it again after that night, and he didn't die, and I didn't see him go to the hospital, and I was like, what the is going on here, dude?
Yeah.
Like, why would you tell me that? And nothing happened, and I was like there for like 4 months, like being like, what the is going on?
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say what I think was going on because I truly don't know, but I didn't talk to him for like 2 or 3 years after that, you know.
What, I mean, do you think maybe he knew he had a terminal illness and just didn't know how to tell you? Or
No,
do you think he was...
I don't think it was that. I think
No.
it was something else that I would hate to say, because
Gotcha.
if I was wrong, I would feel like an asshole.
Okay,
in
but
my
it was
mind,
a form of manipulation?
yeah.
Oh, that
I
is
think,
terrible.
and maybe I'm f***ing wrong, and he just was
Yeah.
cured. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it f***ed me up. And I went like
It's
2
like
or 3
one last
years.
piece of trauma, Dad. Thank
yeah,
you.
I went like 2 or 3 years without talking to him. And then all of a sudden, I was living in California. Okay, I'd moved out to California by this time. Fast forward 3 years. I'm living in California. I'm living up in North Hollywood. And his girlfriend called my sister and was like, yo, your father's in the hospital. He's on, like, not like life support, but maybe like something like that. Like,
Dialysis or something?
yeah,
Oh,
okay.
shit.
Are you talking about when he started living with me?
Was this when I flew out and stayed in the hospital? Yeah.
Okay, so I guess he was in a coma.
I love how
And-
detached you were from it.
Yeah.
You're like,
for
no
real.
more pain.
No. But check this out. I drive down there. Okay, drive down to the hospital. My sister's still living in Minnesota at the time. She flies out, and basically his girlfriend had to show up to be like, "Here's your dad's bag. He can't live with me anymore." Okay, kicking him out. Which I don't fucking blame her at all. Dude was like crazy, right? So I'm like, here we go again. Let's open the door. Move up to North Hollywood with me. My dad ends up literally sleeping on my couch. Like, I'm talking my grown up father, like sleeping on my couch and like being like my kid. And my dad knows that when I'm talking like this, I'm not talking down, because in the same sentence, I'll be like, coolest dude that ever lived. Coolest fucking dude that ever lived, and I would not be me without him, you know?
Yeah.
This is not like hate train. This
No, I
is
get
just
it.
like
I
what
get
it was, you know?
It's hurt. It's pain that you're allowed to talk about.
Yeah, and you know, so he starts living with me, and we're having a great time, because this is like my friend, you know.
Right.
This is like truly my friend, and so, you know, we're living at this house in North Hollywood, which is where my like days like really got out of control. I'm talking like the ugly where you just have like a plate out at all times.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
I had a candle, like a candle holder,
yeah.
that had lines just lined up on it all the time.
Yeah,
It
we
was-
think it's so glamorous
Oh
and
yeah,
so cool.
yeah. It was
I know.
so MySpace.
Yeah, so rich. I know. And yeah, I mean, he just proceeds. What really f***ed up was that the doctor was like, dude can never drink again. You know, if he ever drinks again, he's gonna die.
Did he have cirrhosis of the liver?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like, he ever drinks again, he's gonna die. He's in your care.
You're
and I'm
welcome.
like, Dad, you can't drink. You cannot drink because you're not dying on my hands. You cannot drink. He's like, didn't tell me I can't do coke. Right?
They just don't want help, man.
Yo.
That's how my parents are.
And I'm like, you're not wrong. I'm like, shit, like, it's 3 a.m. I'm by myself. You want to, I guess let's blow these lines down. Like, yeah, you're not wrong. They didn't say that, you know?
They just said no alcohol.
And like, again, dude was so cool. I wish everyone in the world could meet him because he was so cool and charismatic and funny. Life was a joke to him. Life was literally, the purpose of life was to make people laugh. And he would make you laugh. He would own every room he walked into and make he had women. Like, women loved this man.
Charismatic.
He could be living out of his piece of car and he would be able to be in a relationship with a beautiful woman. Like, they loved him. They loved this man.
Probably his first life here.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, true, certainly.
So
and
he
like,
came in just ablaze and life's a party.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so I ended up moving out of that house to another house down in Laurel Canyon, and I got a room for him. So I was like, all right, my dad like rolls with me. Like, this is my road dog. Like, you come on tour with me, you do this with me, like, whatever. And things were going fine. And then I went into his room one night and I found a bunch of plastic bottles of vodka under his bed.
Oh, Dad.
And I was like, you're out. I was like, you're out, bro, because you're not dying under my roof.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to take the responsibility that I'll live with for the rest of my life that you died under my roof. You're out. And it was so hard because, again, I had to disconnect from my father again.
Yeah.
The same cycle all over again, you know? But I knew it was the right thing. I knew it was the right thing to do. So then he goes off, lives with another girlfriend. You know, that was kind of his thing. He'd go find a girlfriend to live with. And it's hard because, you know, he didn't die on the best terms with each other, you know, because like another 2 years, whatever, went by. And
Damn, Dad was hanging on.
Yeah.
For dear life.
Yeah. And, you know, I got a call last night. I've talked about this before, so I'll talk about it again just because it is a big part of the story. But I got a call from him one night. We always had this deal. He was like, if I die, you get my bird. He had an African gray parrot his whole life. This was his best friend. He had a love relationship with this bird for real. This was his soulmate, was his bird. And he was like, when I die, she's yours, right? And so I got a voicemail on my phone one night that's like, hey man, I could hear it in his voice. Hey man, you know, something's came up. Ruby's yours. And I'm like, what the going on? So I get in my car and I start driving down to Long Beach, and I'm calling him over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And he finally answers. He's like, it's already done, man. Don't even, just turn around. Just turn around. It's already done. The deal's already done. Just turn around. I'm like, dude, I'm 20 minutes away. Just hold on. Just hold on. Just hold on. Dude, I get to Long Beach. I kick open the door, and he's like sitting there with this like in the air, like in a pool. And I walk in, slip on the pool, fall into it, and I start slapping him. I'm just like, what's your favorite Allman Brothers song? What's your favorite Allman Brothers song? He like, his eyes come open. He's like, Whipping Post. If anyone who knows the song Whipping Post, like, is like, I feel like dying. It was like the craziest I just saying that. But anyways, that being said, ambulance was called, came, and brought him back to life, saved his life, brought him back to life. All good, you know. Shit happened.
That is so traumatic for you to have
very
to go
traumatic.
through. Like, I'm trying not to cry
Very,
over here.
very traumatic.
That's so
you know,
tough.
and all good. And he made it through. And you know, at that moment, I was like, Dad, you need to get help. When you get let out of this hospital, they stitched you back up. You got these badass stitches now. All right, I know you like that, Mr. Hell's Angel. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, they let you out. I'll put you anywhere you need to go to get help. I got you. Whatever you need. And he was just like, man, I was wasted. I don't even remember what happened. You know? My mom, who has this horrible relationship with him, calls him and is just like, you need to apologize to your son.
Apologize?
You need to apologize to your son. And he's just like, I won't do it, you know? And so, boom, we split there. That was when I was like, whatever. But that was when I started going really off the rails, because this was still drug addict days, you know. I went really off the rails.
That's a lot of trauma.
Scaring my family, won't pick up the phone. You know, the crazy thing is, like, when I got into my car after the ambulance came and picked him up, I was like, you son of a bitch. I was like, my crazy kind of narcissistic mind as well. It's like, you were giving me a story, weren't you? You were giving me some kind of crazy story from my life, like, weren't you? Like, you son of a bitch.
I almost got from that story, and I was going to say this in a second, was I feel like your dad knew that you would save him.
Yeah.
So I don't think he really wanted to die at that moment. I think he just
I don't think he did either.
Knew.
I don't think he did either. And also I also, part of me is like, my dad is a dude who doesn't want to look like a faker. Yeah. As soon as he found out I was on his way, that's when I think he did this.
I am so sorry.
And
that's not okay.
No, it's not okay. And that was when I really had to cut off this relationship. That was when I really had to cut it off.
Understandably.
Yeah, I really had to cut it off, because I was like, oh my God, this is like insanity. I was like, this is crazy. Also, and then in the same breath, I was like, you son of a bitch, you wanted me to have this goddamn story of like pivotal and whatever in my life. This is when everything changed, and now I'm worth it to be an artist. Like, whatever, tortured artist syndrome. Like Van Gogh cut off his ear. That the whole goddamn thing threw every artist into thinking they have to be tortured to be brilliant. Yeah. My dad was like that. I'm like, you gave me this, all right, I'm gonna wear it as my badge of honor now, and whatever.
I mean, he's given you a lifetime of trauma.
Yeah.
Wasn't I mean, that was a huge piece of it, but it started when you were young, baby.
Big facts. And he moved away with another girl, and then
even after he slit his wrist, he just moved away with another girl.
Yeah, and would reach out every now and then. And then what the bummer is like, we were supposed to meet up. Like, maybe this was like 2 years after this happened. We're supposed to meet up. He's like, hey man, I'm coming down. I had like healed from this a little bit. I was like, yes, let's get lunch, you know, let's get lunch. I had healed from this, you know, and I do want to talk to you. And God damn it, I miss you. You're my dog, you know.
You're my dad. That little boy in you just wanted your daddy.
Yeah. And he made plans to come down on a train, and then, oh my God, I didn't zip up my zipper after.
Oh, I can't.
I went to the bathroom halfway, but good thing we got camera angles, but keep that in. I'm a real person. So he was getting on a train to come down, and the day before he's like, hey man, so can you pick up me and my girlfriend from the train station, and then can you take us to this classic car lot? We're gonna look at buying this car. And I was like, bro, what the I'm not trying to see you and your girl. You were coming down to see me. Now this is about you and your girl coming down to buy a classic car? Like, what the I was like, no, dude, no. I was like, I was going to see you, and I was like, it was a lot for me to even say I was going to go get lunch with you, you know? Yeah. And I was like, no, it's not happening. And then shortly after that, he went into another coma, and that was how he went out. But the caveat to all this is that when I got to go see him in the hospital, I brought one of those little like JVC speakers in my pocket, and it was during COVID, so it was a one at a time thing. And like my sister went in, you know, my sister never should have done all this, but she had to take on like all of this, like the adult, you know, because he had no one. He had no one, and my sister took just all this on, which I love you. Look at she is getting on.
You're strong.
You have my glasses,
baby.
And anyways, cool rock and roll part about it is that I got my chance.
Should we all just hug right now? I feel like everybody's crying. I feel like we need hugs and shit.
Yeah, come on, let's hug this. Yes, facts. Come on, sis. Come on, I did want to give you a hug. Yeah, come on. You guys. Cap in the cool part. Here we go. Okay. So like my sister goes in and sees him, and like I go in and get my chance to see him, and I pull out this speaker, and I turn it on full volume and play Whipping Post by the Allman Brothers, and I get kicked out of the hospital.
Oh no! know. Very rock and roll.
And I know he was, because when I said, I was like, what's your favorite Allman Brothers song in this crazy time? I was like, man, that might be the last thing that he heard, which is like his f***ing song, dude. And, but I thought that was just the way that he wanted to go out. And I was like, I'm going to give that to you, Pops, after all this shit. Hell yeah, you know? That's the way you'd want it. Me get kicked out of the hospital coming to see him, you know?
Oh my God, dude. That is a lot.
Yeah.
A lot to unpack, a lot to process, a lot to hear. I couldn't imagine living through that. You know, you and your sister both are so, you guys are gonna make me cry, man. You guys are so lucky to have each other.
Straight
You know,
up.
like,
100%.
Yeah, you guys are
100%.
so lucky to have each other to just go through all this up shit together. And, you know, I have trauma with my family too, and I have learned with my dad especially, and my mom. And before my mom died, it was kind of the same thing with, I inherited custody of her, and her and I ended up not talking, and she ended up just dying abruptly one day in my care. And the biggest lesson that my mother ever gave me in her life was in her death, and it was forgiveness. That forgiveness is on everybody's own terms and on your own time, but forgiveness is for you, it's not for them. And, you know, our parents, for some reason, that generation of human did not want to fix their trauma.
Yeah.
They were content being wild hellions, and you weren't going to tell them. They were going to live their life how they wanted to. It didn't matter who they hurt. And we are here to correct that. You're breaking generational curses.
Thank you.
Every day.
I have been telling myself that for a long time. You know?
You are. You're doing it.
I was like, my dad was so close to being the coolest shit in the world, and he just couldn't get past this one thing.
He
and I was
sabotaged
like,
himself.
yeah, I was like, the tree was going like this, and then, you know, from me on out, it goes like this, you know.
Yeah. No, but you guys are both breaking generational curses. You guys are doing everything right, and you guys are just beautiful humans. And I want you to know that I am so sorry that is part of your story. It's really heartbreaking, and there's not much more that I can even.
No,
like,
thank you for all that. And it, you know, like, again, there's like that flip side to everything. And like, you know, my sister, shortly after all this had happened, well, she had just moved out to LA, but it really has brought us to like this thing where we're just like, man, f- the world, like, we got each other, you know.
Yeah, you guys against the world.
And she goes on tour with me. She's tour manages, and
well, no wonder she's banging the. Who are you banging?
Oh yeah, the drummer.
The drummer. No wonder you're banging the drummer. You're always with him. I mean, now I get it. It's the inevitable. You got her on tour and everything. I mean, yeah, for sure. I'd be banging the drummer too.
Yeah. But she's my ride or die for sure.
Well, thank you guys for sharing that. That was really heavy. And, you know, I just hope that you guys are able to find peace with everything one of these days whenever you're ready. And
I feel like I have in a lot of ways, you know, like I've always felt like I've been able to like zoom out from the situation that I have, and like, you know, obviously just, you know, hope for, you know, my sister's gone through like everything I have, but plus more, because she was like had to raise me, you know, in a lot of ways, you know, because my mom was like a single mom, so she had to work all the time, you know, all the time. My mom had to work, and like, greatest mom in the world, and is my mom, and always felt like my mom. But then when I grow up, I realized, like, being able to talk to my sister, that it was like, oh no, my sister like had to raise me as well. You know,
it's crazy because I don't know if you believe in it, but soul families, like, we pick our families for the lessons that we want before we come to Earth.
Wait, really?
So this is what I believe. Not everybody believes it, but I truly 100% wholeheartedly believe that we have soul families, and that can reach out to our friends. That can be like your sister. Like, your sister could have been your mom in another life, and that's why she's so motherly to you. Your dad could have been like a son in another life, and that's why you were kind of like his father here. daughter. You know, my mom. I know it's crazy as
No,
fuck.
it's not.
And it's like mind blowing, but my mother, like Tyler Henry was just on my podcast and he even, you guys got to see the clip on TikTok. It's at like 2 million right now. Fucking, it's me bawling my eyes out. But my mom came through and she was like, I am so sorry for what I've done to you. And he said that she's showing me the mother and daughter inverted. And he said that you were like her mother and she was like your daughter, and that just confirmed everything that I've ever believed in, because literally I feel like we pick the lessons that we want to go through in life before we get here. And I know it sounds crazy and it's weird, but it's like our soul.
Listen.
Our soul
it's
yearns.
maybe the least crazy thing that we've talked about today to me.
No,
I'm like,
you know,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, but I feel like
without a doubt,
our soul yearns for those lessons. And so your lesson, I always say you have to find the blessing and the lesson in every situation that you have, you know? So it's like in the situation with your dad, what was the blessing and what has been the lesson? And then from that is what you have to work on in your life and what you're here for. That's your life purpose, is to figure out why your life took these turns and went in the trajectory that it did, and your dad put you through what he did because your soul yearned for that before you came here. I know it's wild, but
I mean, I feel like you nailed it for me, like
yeah,
100%.
Aw. Well, let's talk about something fun. You want to talk about? Let's switch real quick. You brought me a book.
Yes.
Did I ever wake up? What is this? Tell me all
That's
about it.
my first book. So I have 6 books out, but that's my first book, and it's the thing that really changed my life. Like that truly changed my life as far as like art. Like yeah, of course. Yeah. It's like how to, you know, this was a 21-year-old mod son who was living his life by the law of attraction and The Secret, and the only time I ever heard people speak on it, especially at this time, was much older people, you know, that I was like, I want to make a version that youngins can hear those words and actually connect. It's the same thing with the hockey and the Hansen thing.
Yeah.
I wanted to make that. I wanted to make my version of The Secret or the law of attraction and what that meant from the lens of a younger person. So it's like very like creative writing, but motivational. It's like did I ever wake up is like basically being like how to live your life like it's a dream, and believe that you're in a dream, and believe that you're like able to make
manifest.
to believe that. And it changed my life. I mean, that book has sold like 200,000 copies. It's the one thing that I've been able to like live my journey through is like this
writing.
Piece of intellectual property that is my book, you know.
And you have 6 books.
I have 6 books out. Yeah.
Tell me about this.
They're all,
fascinating.
this is the only one that's like in this realm, and then I have like 2 poetry books out, and then I have 3 journaled kind of. If I had one here, it'd be really easy to understand. But it's like I go on some kind of trip, and I write the first half of this. The 100-page thing or whatever. I write my story just day by day. This day did this, and then the cover is on the same cover is on the flip side of the back. So you flip it over like that, it looks the exact same, but then you go to the pages and they're blank. So it's like 2 stories come to live together, and it kind of like influences like the younger generation, the importance of writing, and not just diary entries, but like to write and literature and the importance of those things that live between the pages. All the answers are in the books, truly. And not my books, the books, I'm saying, like, period, you know? And so I just like to influence, like, the world to be in touch with, especially, like, the importance of literature and just, like, telling your own story. Not for the simple fact of being, like, the world needs to hear my story, but telling yourself your story, you know? Documenting things, living like you're dead, like that, like living like you're dead, making art like you're dead and gone. How important would it be for your 100 years from now, people connected to your family to find your journal? It would be so amazing for them.
Yeah.
They would love that.
That is
like
my brain is over here. You already know my brain is like going, because I'm writing a book this year actually too about my life. But
great,
this
it's
is
so important. It's so important to I think those things I tell as many people possible that like also like check it out, dude. In music is the one piece of art that I do that I feel has so little intellectual property, because my favorite song is Like a Rolling Stone, let's say, right? Bob Dylan, Like a Rolling Stone, regarded as the greatest song of all time. That is 99 cents right now. Okay, a song that a kid just made, his very first song, that let's just for all sakes of this argument call it terrible. Okay, it's 99 cents. That is f***ed up to me.
Yeah.
If this
Somebody
is a
pours
song
their
that's
heart.
regarded as the greatest song of the world, why is it the same price as the song from the kid that just made it last night in 1 hour, not knowing what he was doing?
Yeah.
Why is that? Okay, a book, that is intellectual property. If I say that book is worth $3,000, that book is worth $3,000. Period. End of discussion. And like, I don't care how much it took to make it. I don't care how much time it took to take it. If I say that's how much it is worth, that's how much it's worth. And it's the same with my paintings, and it's the same with any of the things that I do outside of music. Because music, I'm in this confine of a world that's not changing and hasn't changed. And it's like, that's just a crazy thing to me, that there's a set price on greatness in that world. But a painting, you know, a Basquiat
Doesn't
painting is selling for
depreciate,
$200 million.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean, you
I've
know what I'm
never
saying?
looked at it that way. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
It's like that. That's why I love those types of intellectual property. I think they're so important.
Yeah.
You're not putting your worth comparatively like stuck in a world. Like, you could literally tell, you could say, I'm making one book and I'm selling it for $100,000, and you'll find someone to buy that book.
No, for sure.
You know
All
what
you
I'm
need to
saying?
do is sell one at that price.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm
that
saying.
You made your money back.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, that's wild. I've never
Yeah.
thought of it that way. Your mind is brilliant. It really is. And I feel like, dude, you need your own podcast.
Modcast, it's coming.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Do it. I love
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I've been
I'll listen
waiting.
to it and I'll support it 100%.
Okay, please do.
Yeah. You need one, because this generation needs to hear what you have to say, because you have so much depth. And so many people, I do a lot of interviews, so many people do not have depth, and you really need to have a microphone in front of you. That might be
Thank
your
you.
calling. And
Thank you.
this podcast has been so therapeutic for me. I know if you had a podcast, oh my God.
I mean, I hear it with you. I hear you allowing people to like find themselves when I listen to your episodes, and then I also hear you stumble upon things that you're figuring out about yourself when you're talking to someone, and you ask the question.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, I love it.
Like,
I needed you today. Like, I can totally admit that I needed you today. Mimi's shaking her head yes, because I needed you today. Like, this was such a blessing, because I just had the worst day yesterday, and I was just like really questioning a lot of things, and then you just came in here, and the things that you have said have just like sparked my flame again, and I needed that. So thank you for that. Thank you for your time.
That makes me so happy. Yeah, hard callback. Hit me.
That's why she's the manager.
Man, watch this. So years go by, and I got one of the things that changed my life. This is awesome to mention, is that after a year and a half of being Mod Son and releasing music as Mod Son, my brand of like rap and this, I got chosen by Rolling Stone magazine to be one of 15 people put in a contest to be the first unsigned artist put on the cover of Rolling Stone, right? And it was just like this thing that I was like, the law of attraction is real. Like, are you hearing me yet? Like, it's real. All my songs are about the law of attraction, and I'm in 5 issues of Rolling Stone right now.
Yeah.
This is nuts.
Yeah.
And so while that's going on, here comes the guitar player that kicked me out from the other band, and he was in a band that was signed, and they break up, and he sends me a picture of him having my logo, MS, like this, tattooed on his wrist, and he goes, so proud of you, bro. So proud of you, bro. And I was like, I have missed you so goddamn much. I have missed you so much. I was like, come be my guitar player.
You're so
I'm
forgiving.
going out to New York to do this competition for Rolling Stone and be on camera for a week. Come be my DJ and guitar player, bro. I have missed you so much. Boom, he's there. We go on for years together to tour the world together, and he's guitar and singing, and he's been featured on some of my songs. His name's Pat Brown. Love him to death. What I do and my life and being an artist was not made for him. So now he's a tour manager now, and he tour manages Tiesto, and like,
oh, nice.
He's popping. He's legit. He did his thing.
That.
Brought him back around. We had an amazing run, traveled the world together, still talk to this day. The other guy that kicked me out, he was my DJ before. He became my DJ After he kind of around. No. It was before he was my first DJ. Before my friend Pat came around, and then he decided to go to art school and went to art school for a while, and then was like, man, this school it's not for me. I was like, he came to my going away party to move to California. I hadn't talked to him for like 2 years. He came to my going away party that my sister threw me, a surprise party. She invited him. He came. We hadn't talked in a while. He's like, man, I'm going through this rough relationship. I just broke up. Like, I want to quit school. I don't know what to do. I was like, I'm moving to California tomorrow. I got an extra bedroom there. I have missed you. I was like, if you want to pack your shit up, come live with me, bro. Just let's work together. You make art, and you can do all my covers and shoot some videos and DJ, play guitar, whatever you want to do, you know? And brought him back around, and now he's still out here. He's gone on to be a huge person, graphic designer for girls skateboards, and now he has his own creative agency and stuff. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, I'm super proud of both of them, but you broke my damn heart, and I never held it against you.
Yeah. He's a Pisces. He definitely held it against you. No,
Yeah, you sure you want to be in this same town as me? Yeah.
I love that. And then lastly, I know I've had you forever, but we have to talk about you're going to be dropping an album.
Yeah.
Let's
We're
talk
going to be
about
dropping
that.
an album. My first song from this new run of things. I have left the internet for the last 6 months. I haven't dropped anything in almost a year, and I'm coming back with my song that I've worked so hard on this new music, but also just came into it so pure. Like I said, like I went back to Minnesota. I was like, I'm not gonna make music for 3 years, and if I want to after that, cool, I will. Yeah. I came in with so much pure intention to make music, and I stumbled upon making what I like believe is like could be the song that everyone knows me for the rest of my life, you know? And Kel's helped write on it with me. My one of my newest additions to my best friendography is this guy named No Love, who is, I think, one of the most talented people around. It's just this tight-knit group that we have. And yes, I'm releasing a song. It's going to be out on June 7th. So depending on when this comes out, it's either out right now or it's about to come out. And from there, I'm going to just continue releasing over the summer, and then I'm going to go on a tour. Most likely this will be out when this gets announced too, as well, at the end of September. And
yay, we'll be on tour too. So
Yeah.
I get my own tour bus whenever I go on tour with Daddy, and so hopefully our paths will cross.
Oh, I can't wait.
And you guys
It'll
like
have
we
to
can
at
either
some
go to one
point.
of your shows or
it'll
you
have
come
to.
to ours
Yeah.
or both or whatever. Yeah, we'll have to link schedules.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
And I've never been more fulfilled with the music I make, and the simple fact is that like I was a drummer growing up, and I always wanted to play guitar and get good at guitar, and I've kept 12 guitars around me at all times throughout my whole life, and just never clicked for me. And within the last 6 months, due to my really great friend No Love, who's an incredible guitar player, it's clicked for me. It's totally clicked, and I've been writing all my songs just me and a guitar. And whether they get like a little production on top of that, it's all very purposeful production. But a lot of it, my favorite song that I've ever wrote that I've been trying to write since I was 13 years old, it's called Morning Breaks. It's gonna come out this summer. It's just my voice and a guitar at the same time recorded playing it, and it is the song I've been trying to write my entire life. And my friends that mean the world to me are like, I cried to this, you know? I cried to this song, and I'm just like, bingo, I'm fulfilled. I'm just so fulfilled musically. My expectations are start and end right there. Am I fulfilled? Absolutely. Good. Let it out into the world. Whatever these things do, grow up on your own and have a great time out there, songs, but you have fulfilled me, and I'm so proud of that, and I have nothing but happiness to share it with the world, and that's all I want to do is share it. Grow your own legs, go live your life. I hope you become the biggest goddamn songs that I've ever created.
They will.
But either way, you have made me so happy.
No, say they will. They will.
They will. I
Yes.
know. I believe they will. But I'm also like, you're a child that hasn't been born yet, so I'm not telling you have to be a goddamn superstar. But I expect you to be a superstar.
Yeah, but get the fuck up and let's get to work, baby.
Yes.
I love it. I'm excited to hear it. My favorite music is stripped down music like that, like acoustic where you can just feel it. You know, like you're gonna send it to me. I want to hear it. Give me a sneak peek so we can listen to it on the way home.
I will.
Maude, thank you for coming here today.
Thank you. This is great. And I needed you, but also vice versa. I needed you. Like I think I tell some of my close friends too, like when they're going through something, I'm like, Well, you know what? Go outside and be social. Go into a social setting. You might be like, man, I don't feel like being around people tonight. Go out. You'll be reminded how much people love you.
Yeah.
And like that is so crucial to getting through a tough time. Like remind yourself how loved you are. You know, just like it's okay to do these little like hacks in life.
Yeah.
It's not all this like be present, be in the moment, make sure that you're focused on the right. It's like, no, allow other people to make you happy as well. And
Yeah.
like, don't be so goddamn hard on yourself. Be gentle. Go out. Remind yourself. It could be one person that's like, damn, I miss seeing you. And you're like,
I needed that. Yeah. You're just like, I needed that.
thank God, I am great.
Yeah.
You know?
I love that. What are you guys doing over here?
Crying. He made her cry so hard.
I'm watching her, looking at her over here. Everybody's crying.
Y'all my new best friends, man.
God, you guys, Maud, I love you, and I want you to come back to the podcast as many times as you want. If you,
I would love
just
to.
come and
I would-
fucking co-host with
I
me
would-
one day or something. Maybe
I would love to.
that would be so fun.
Real talk, I would love to.
All right, I
Yeah.
love you, and thank
Thank you
for
so
being
much
here.
for having me on. This has been the Dumb Blonde.
Why don't you tell people where they can find you, just in case they don't know where you're at.
MODSUN on everything, Mod Sun, and you know, I would love to meet you all out there. Anyone
Yeah.
out there, but
See you on tour.
great talks really happen, great connections really happen. Friends are still alive and well, and it's never too late to make a new friend.
Aw, love you so much.
Love
Thank you.
you too.
Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Dumb Blonde. I will see you guys next week. Bye.